All right, time for the show. Hal, fire us up.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Hal, who's Dave? There's no Dave.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Kyle, Drew, the computer's being weird.
Hang on a second. Let me try something.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Okay. Something's. There's a wire here. Let me see if I can just. Hang on
Try
a
that.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, there are things happening.
Wrong.
Jeez.
Oh. There goes Drew's leg.
It hurts.
Man, that was a doozy. Drew, you all right?
No.
You'll be all right, man. Suck it up. You'll be all right. All right. I think we should just go ahead and start. Screw Hal. He's not gonna do anything. Alrighty. Let's just start the show.
Yeah.
Start the show? Start the show. Good times. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our show. We are the United Nerds. My name's Kyle. With me, as always, is Brian and Drew. And we got a special guest in the booth tonight. Who is joining us here?
Whoop, whoop.
It's Eric, I guess.
Yeah.
Eric.
So that's me.
Yeah.
He needs no introduction, just the name.
Just
Eric.
the name.
Simply.
He's been on the channel before
Eric.
a couple times, doing multiple things.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Back in the day.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh.
Just a bit. Well, we decided we wanted to have him on the show tonight because, well, he's got a whole lot to say about our topics tonight. And
And what are those topics, Brian?
Well, according to the notes I painstakingly wrote in 2 minutes.
yeah, good job with that one.
With a pen
Thank you.
on white paper.
Just a white piece of paper.
White piece of paper.
He
scribble
found this
notes.
here today
Yeah.
and was like, "Oh,
No, this was in the bag.
it's the agenda." Oh, well, okay. Well, it was. Never
Well,
mind,
there
folks.
you
This is
go.
more planned out than I expected it to be.
Yes.
Did that work?
We do things.
We do things
we have,
occasionally.
We have plans.
No.
Oh, you guys are pros.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, stop
Nothing
it.
but the best.
Stop it.
All right, today we're going to be talking game tech, consoles, augmented reality, virtual reality, where we're going with that. Then we will eventually just be talking about games that look awesome. Games coming up in the future that just going to be having fun with playing them. I mean, it's just going to be a fun side.
Lot of things happening these days, and
Video
quite a lot
games.
with
Video
video
games.
games.
Video games.
for
So,
sure.
yes, for those of you who can't tell, tonight it is all video games.
The future of gaming.
Yep.
In the
I don't-
year 2000.
I don't know why, but I went silent for a second because I was waiting for Kyle to have like an epic sound effect. I
No,
don't know
it's
why.
more about Eric. It's more of Eric. here.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like,
we don't
everybody-
need no sound effects. We
Yeah,
got Eric.
I don't need your sound.
Oh.
He is our soundboard.
I am your soundboard.
He did a great Hal impression at the beginning of the show, if you were wondering.
Yeah,
Oh,
That was all.
Even had like the background rumble.
I worked
I don't
on
even know
that.
how you did that.
I worked on
He
that.
contorted his chest like, it was amazing to watch.
Chest contortion, man. That's where it's at.
It's a true art. It's a true art.
It's something else, gotta tell you.
Oh, Brian, why don't you give a shout out to that special someone that's listening tonight?
Yes. I don't even know 100% fact if they are listening tonight, but speaking of the future, my sister is currently in labor. She's delivering her first child.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So by the time this episode
Congratulations.
airs on the podcast and is done tonight, I'm going to be an uncle, so that's exciting.
Oh, wow.
Uncle Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like
Good on
that.
you. Good on you.
So many people have told me I get to have the fun parts of being around the child, but then when it comes time for discipline, I got to be like, oh, there's your mom for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Where-
your mom and dad.
I think that's the case for everybody who isn't the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have a lot of friends that have kids, and yeah, you get to do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then when they get in trouble, you just kind of put your hands up. And you're
It's like,
okay.
mommy, daddy,
Back it up. Just
Yeah,
back it up.
Just gonna
Back
back
it
away.
just handle your spawn here.
Yeah, exactly. This is your thing.
Oh, God.
I merely
Get it.
associate
The
with
stork.
it.
That's the thing that stork dropped off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, Lord.
So I guess we're starting with game technology.
Anything on that list.
Anything on that list,
wherever.
that painstakingly drawn list.
See, I thought the commas were supposed to be bullet points.
Like there's like a whole map here with all kinds of like arrows pointing everywhere. It's impossible to read.
That's exactly what I thought.
Oh, it makes our show sound so much more epic than it is.
Just like a big 3D model of a radio studio.
I pulled up. I made a hologram. Okay, I went home, programmed
Yes.
holograms. I cracked it, man.
We'll put that video on our Facebook page later.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Oh god.
Game of Nerds.
Nice.
The term for the night, Game of Nerds. I'm tweeting that right now to our page.
It'll just be us wearing.
Marvel is coming.
It'll just be all of us wearing like paper hats, and we'll just be sitting there looking really serious.
No.
Paper hats?
No,
Okay.
they're real hats.
It is a throne of consoles, like game consoles.
If you
Just-
can make that, I'll sit in it.
Oh yeah.
The Nintendo 64 has to be at the top though.
That one or the SNES.
Oh, yes.
I was gonna say.
Oh, we got some Nintendo fanboys in the house. I agree. The Super Nintendo, though,
Yeah,
Super Nintendo is
yeah.
the top. The Super Nintendo is where gaming.
That's where gaming like revolutionized.
Yeah.
Well, as a
So-
kid too, when we were kids, at least for me, the Super Nintendo was where it was at, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
My mom thankfully parented me, and when she was like, okay, if you're going to do video games, we're going to start you early. So she busted out an old Atari,
Ooh. See,
just like dust balled, just falling off of it. Just
Real
hey,
quick,
this
I
old
love
shit.
how you said my mom parented me, guys.
Oh.
like we didn't get parented.
Yeah.
I make up. I make up.
yeah,
so
my
many
parents just threw me in front of a TV.
Yeah, my mom was just like,
Yeah.
get this,
I'm
we don't play some
sorry.
games.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
apparently, yeah, Brian had the special upbringing.
Ah.
Man,
Had some
oh,
elite
parenting.
upbringing.
It's gonna be this
My
night.
first console was a Genesis, Brian. So I guess I'm just so deprived.
Shut
Yeah, mine was a PC. Man, I'm
just
so
gonna
behind.
go. I might
Gosh.
just leave. I can
Oh,
see
you
what's gonna be
PC
this night.
trash, you.
Seriously though, where I would like to start it, because this is my show now. Get out.
All right, there we go, Eric.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like the
Yeah.
authority.
Stomp your foot down.
VR.
Yes.
VR is something that I have always thought could be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, like we there were so many TV shows that had like the kid putting on a helmet
Yeah.
and
Entering a world.
Yeah.
Dun,
The
dun,
entire
dun.
world around him changes, and it's just like,
Right.
this is the game now. You are the game.
Right.
And like, at the time, it was like, oh man, we'll never get that far. Like in our lifetimes,
But
It's
now
happening.
it's closer than we think.
Yeah, like it's literally right around the corner.
like just go to YouTube and just type in Oculus Rift. You will find a plethora of videos that like one of my favorites was always like the skydiving simulator, where
Oh,
you
God.
literally jump
Oh,
out of a
God.
plane and you see the ground below you and
Just
you're
rushing.
falling. And the person who has the Oculus Rift on is freaking out the whole time because it looks so real. It tricks
Right.
your brain into thinking it's so real.
Well, isn't there like a YouTube video out right now? People playing this new horror game or whatever, and
There are tons of
yeah.
horror games
Yeah.
for the Oculus
yeah,
Rift.
for the Oculus. I watched one the other day. It was hysterical. One girl like screamed, so I just threw the helmet off, and
Like-
she wouldn't put it back on.
Like,
Exactly, yeah.
The one I keep hearing about is one called Dread Halls, and apparently, like people who have been veterans of playing video games for as long as they live, they say Dread Halls is one of the scariest things ever. Like competes with even things like Silent Hill,
Really?
and, like Resident Evil.
Well, see, the reason is, and I personally feel like it doesn't even have the same like quality or the same level as Silent Hill,
Oh no,
but because you are there,
yeah,
it
because
just adds
it's
that whole other level to it.
like if you played Dread Halls with a game controller or just like online, just typing with buttons,
Yeah.
just
Typing
on
with
a
buttons, right.
screen, it would just be sort of boring. Like
Yeah.
the design of it is not that great. The monsters, they have some pretty good design to them, and have some pretty good mechanics, but it's stuff you've seen before.
Right.
What's the kicker for it is, like you said, the immersion.
It's the
Like
VR,
it's the
man.
fact that you're actually looking around yourself.
Right.
Your head is turning. You can peek around corners like you actually would.
And I think you're going to bring in a whole new line of gaming. You're going to bring in.
Oh God.
Well, let's think about military training too. The
My
military
gosh.
is going to be one of the first people to get something like that because they're going to start training with that.
Absolutely.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
so to take it that step further, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but they have these there's like a bubble you can put somebody
Yes,
in,
yes,
and then you put the Oculus on them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to run in the bubble to move their character.
Whoa.
It's like a
They're
little
able to
treadmill.
turn with like a gun and turn in
Wow.
the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, the reason they put you in that bubble is because it gets so realistic, and if you fall down or something, you need to be
Then
able to.
you fall.
And
Yeah.
see, I'm nervous because I'm a fat guy with asthma. I can't be running around. I play games not to run around.
Well, that kind of goes with with all those MLG players and make your jokes all day about MLG Pro, all that. A lot of those guys are actually surprisingly well fit. Like,
Well, really?
let me
yeah.
clarify
They're
that.
coming
Clarified.
out with a new calendar called MLG Pros, and
Oh,
Kyle
my
pre-ordered.
Oh
God.
yeah.
He has to hang it up in his room.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but if you look at some of the people on the teams and everything, like they actually do have certain workout regimens to keep their reflexes up and everything, just so that
Your
they-
reflexes can be up all day, man. That doesn't mean your gut doesn't exist. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Put any
I'm with
MLG
this
player,
guy.
put any MLG player up against a guy from the NFL. Every single NFL player is going to beat the living crap out of an MLG player. But I'm saying they're not just sweaty,
Yeah, no,
fat
yeah, we know.
nerds
Yeah.
who just.
They're not the guy from South Park.
Yeah, the World
was
of
from World of
Warcraft, guy.
Warcraft,
Just with Cheetos just
Oh.
covering his face.
The exaggeration. I am the exaggeration.
No, you're not, buddy. You're not.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I was about to say, yeah, now I'm offended. Now I'm hurt.
And now he's leaving.
Uh,
Eric, come back. Eric.
Now I'm out.
Eric.
I'm out here.
I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You know I kid.
But virtual reality, man, I didn't think we'd ever get here. Honestly,
Not in my lifetime, certainly not.
No.
I remember playing the PlayStation 1 and being like, this is
Oh yeah,
where we go,
playing
man.
Tekken, just get
Oh,
all
well,
pissed
Where we're
up.
at.
Yeah, like this
Like,
is where we are,
With
man.
all the innovations that the original PlayStation and the N64 made, like taking games out of the second dimension and into the third dimension, it was just like, holy crap, everything just
Sorcery.
looks so
Yeah,
weird.
Cut
How dare
scenes,
you.
You go back now, you watch those cut scenes, you're like, this is so bad.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's like go back and play Final Fantasy VII. Put that disc into
Oh,
something
God.
that plays it,
Oh,
and
God.
look at the polygonal, like blocky.
Yeah.
It looks like you took two pieces
Some
of
games have
styrofoam
not-
and glued them together.
it's
and said, there's a thing.
Some games
it's
have
Play-Doh
aged
men.
well.
Yeah.
It's Play-Doh men fighting each other.
It's really bad.
Some
it's
games
really
haven't
bad.
aged well, and it's
No.
sad. They have not
It's like,
aged well.
Mario 64, it's just like, oh man, this looks good.
Yeah, this is good.
I'll even go back to like PC days of like Rebel Assault 2, like the
Right.
cheesy
Oh,
blocky,
God.
cheesy explosions going
Oh
on.
God!
Oh man.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That stuff was awesome.
Kyle recently saw me check out. He saw me play very briefly. An HD, I say that with as much sarcasm as possible, an HD remaster of Legend of K from PlayStation 2
Oh yeah.
on the PS4.
Wasn't that a launch title of some
Legend of
kind?
K was PS2 launch. It was
Really?
a launch.
Wow.
And he saw me play it, and I just stopped after maybe 10 minutes and was just, this didn't age well.
This
man.
can't happen, man.
Ah,
Take it out!
take it away.
Take it away!
Because like mouths for animation are like dropping
Just
halfway down the
act-
chest.
Well, yeah, like that's kind of how I felt when
Oh,
I
God.
played the Xbox 360 version of Banjo Kazooie.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Because
Right.
they redid all the. They gave it a shiny new coat of graphics.
They did.
They didn't like redo the models or anything,
No.
but they up-resed the graphics.
Mm.
And here's the thing with that: it made it look really bad.
Well, because it's like when you shine something up, you can only shine it so much before you start seeing the imperfections.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. And the same way with the most recent Rare Replay, I think it was.
Yes.
On Xbox One.
Yes.
They did a better job of making things look good.
Yeah, no,
But you can still say that's an old game right there. That's clearly an old title.
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, no, I've seen some like Let's Plays and I've seen some like in-game stuff of some of the Rare Replay, and some of it they
Oh yeah, I mean,
they took it a little
Yeah.
further that they could, but it still
Like,
looks okay.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what
it's-
was that game? Cameo.
Yeah.
That was
a 360 launch
Yeah, that was a
title.
360 launch title, and I thought that looked really good.
it-
The
it-
game still's boring as all get out.
I was just about to
but-
say, like, I hate games that are like, here's your first power, here's your second power, and each new power you get carries you through the level.
Exactly.
I feel like that's just poor game design. That's just my opinion.
It's a lack of effort.
It is. It's like, here's this new power, now we'll teach you how to use it. Now we'll combine those two powers. It's like they hold your hand too much.
Yeah,
It's like, just give me all the powers or give me a few in a row and make me figure it out.
Yeah,
Don't
let
make
me
it just so
kinda-
obvious.
However, sometimes giving you all the powers at once works against you. Like Shadows of Mordor, for instance, they let you get way too powerful, giving you everything. Like,
Yeah.
That game is good for a couple hours, and then it just drops.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. The repetitiveness, like I would get in a fight with some guys and be like, "Oh, this is cool, I'm killing guys," and then it's like, "Oh man, the
2 or
guys
3
never
hours.
stop."
Yeah.
2 or 3 hours later.
I can't. There's no breather. There's no. I'm standing on this roof, like in Assassin's Creed. Okay, you can stand on a rooftop and look out and be like, "Oh, this world's
yeah,
nice."
Yeah,
In that game, you're standing there and you're like, "This world's. Oh, here comes goblins."
Hey man, this world is great.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a nice scenery. Shink.
Yeah, exactly. I have to kill stuff if I want to look at anything. It's like they just had to have you constantly bombarded
Yeah.
with
I'm
information.
just trying
Well,
to enjoy
I think
the
that's-
flowers.
That's a lot of game design just today. You know, like
That's what it is.
in Arkham Asylum and Assassin's Creed, that is quite prevalent.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see,
Uh,
I don't know about you guys, but like, I guess opinions, but like,
Oh,
I
sure.
like to
Yeah.
appreciate
Oh.
the worlds.
I do too.
Just to look around and be like, somebody built this, but look at how beautiful this
Well, I
is.
Oh yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
I'm going to be talking about that game a lot. So,
Oh,
is Kyle.
dude, and see,
So is Kyle.
the thing is, you haven't played a whole lot of it, so there's a whole lot I want to talk about.
okay, well, you have fans that don't want you to spoil it anyway.
I know.
So it's not like
that
you
was
can just bust out and be like, here's major plot points.
It's like
Major
because
plot.
I tried talking about the game a little bit last week, but then I just kept biting my tongue, and I'm like, no,
You
I
have
want
to, yeah.
them
Yeah.
to experience the game
But
because
see,
it's amazing.
I appreciate that about you because some people don't care. Some people are just like, here's everything about the game. And it's like, oh, good.
I want to find you. I want to shoot you.
I just bought this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank
just
you.
We do
just
spoiler warnings.
Oh, we do spoiler warnings, and
Spoiler.
we'll give like a brief little time, like turn off for about 30 seconds, then come back. But for Metal Gear, I'm just like, nah, just
fighting.
We're just
buy
gonna
the
be
game,
quiet. Just
play
buy
it.
It's amazing. It's well worth your time and money.
Yes.
It's
Just-
a beautiful, beautiful game with super quirkiness to it. It's amazing.
I haven't played one Metal Gear in ages, and watching Kyle play, I was like, and I'm back in.
Yeah, see, and that's kind of how I was. The last Metal Gear I played was 2. I played Solid 1 on the PlayStation 1. Then I played 2 on, I think, the 360.
Did you ever play 3?
See, no. Never played 3.
Dude,
I'm in
three
the
Yeah.
was the best one.
That's the reaction I get every time. But guess what? Phantom Pain's the best one. Stick it off my back.
See now, like
yeah. Let's get one of those.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree with you, but like I
Open
see,
world stealth, man. I can bust out all these reasons.
but
Shut
Okay.
it, you're about to give spoilers.
yeah, I know
Stop
about both games.
Stop it.
Okay, moving on.
Okay,
Okay, so
moving on.
VR. Okay,
I
yeah.
tried to back
We,
off.
we will have this conversation later.
Virtual reality.
Yes,
Oh, fuck
the
you.
big two contenders are currently the Oculus Rift and Project Morpheus.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Project Morpheus was a small little thing, but then Sony was like, "Hey, we see some potential here. Let's, that's going to be ours now."
Now, have we seen much of Project Morpheus? Because I don't know much about it.
I don't either,
I haven't heard of
Yeah.
a single game for
They
Project
have been
Morpheus.
taking it to conferences. They've
Okay.
been taking it around to conferences
Okay.
to show some stuff off.
Just like little
Well, I
demos.
can tell you-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you it doesn't have the bang that the Oculus Rift does, at least on
No,
YouTube.
certainly
No,
not.
no.
And I really root
Yeah.
for Sony because I like the PlayStation
Well,
4.
Sony is going to be the leading like video game industry.
Agreed.
I really do think they're the ones that are constantly moving forward, doing everything
I'll
better
agree
than
with
anybody
that.
else.
I
I'll agree
agree.
with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I did watch a thing this morning about Oculus Rift versus Morpheus. It's really going to come down to the market because Oculus Rift is going to be for PC primarily. It's going to be for your guys who hardcore love to optimize a machine,
Right.
get it really maximized for that one thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's going to have a bunch of different titles. Whereas Project Morpheus is going to be more for the quick setup. It's going to be for the guys
Not-
who just want to get
yeah.
going, get in there.
Not to mention, Oculus Rift already has the recognition, the name recognition. People everywhere know what the Oculus Rift is.
Yep.
Not as many people know about Project Morpheus. Like, the YouTube has made the Oculus Rift.
Well, that's because it was the first comment on the VR forums.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like when you're the first in anything, that's a joke.
Maybe.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
When you're
Well done.
Yes.
Mhm.
when you're the first, you're of course the most talked about. And
Yeah.
with all the, I agree with you though. YouTube has made the Oculus Rift look the best.
Yeah.
It has made it look amazing. And I think Sony is just waiting to bring it to the table. And here's my final word on that is if Sony brings the same kind of quality that the Oculus Rift can bring, I'm sold.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
I agree with that.
And they actually did their first trailer for a Project Morpheus game this past E3.
Oh, really?
People seem to overlook it for some reason. They actually showed off a trailer for a Morpheus game.
What game do you know?
I completely forgot the title.
It's fine if you did. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I forgot the title, but it is a like mech fighting battler, like kind of a mech battle shooter kind of thing.
That's
I
kind
can
of
get behind
disappointing,
that.
honestly. I can't
Yeah.
really get behind that because we've done that so much.
Yes,
I
but-
remember.
It'll,
anyway, no.
It probably is not going to be anything compared to Armored Core
Oh
and
God, no.
other
No,
big
no.
things of the
well, of course
genre.
not. We got to
No.
have the technology first.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Like, maybe
I
a
did overlook that.
few
Though.
years
I
down
watched
the
E3.
line.
You know, I watched E3, and I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a very overlooked trailer because not a lot of people knew what it was because the
Right.
picture online is just a face.
right.
It's a person's face with like a blue visor around it, so you kind of are like,
It's like, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
just keep moving.
That's not really telling me anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think if you want to make a successful virtual reality game, you're going to have to take elements from Grand Theft Auto 5 and Mass Effect. That being Mass Effect part, start off at the very beginning of a story and just get really, just a lot of like the elements that Grand Theft Auto 5 has, and different things you can do in this person's life.
Say what you want to about Grand Theft Auto 5. It did so much right.
Yep.
Oh,
It did
certainly.
so much right.
It did.
It really took leaps and bounds forward. Even when they re-released it on PS4 and they were like first-person mode, like all this stuff that they're adding, and I guarantee you that first-person mode is because of Project Morpheus. They want you to be able to, when that comes out, to put on the Project Morpheus
Yep.
and go.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5, man, I mean, just do yourself a favor. I know it's very controversial, but this game was the most well thought out in my opinion.
Go check it out at least.
Yeah,
Definitely go check it out.
It's definitely a good game.
It's definitely a series that has really just made great strides and improvements with every new
Installment,
installment.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely, and they always impress me. The
And that's-
next one always changes.
Yeah, that's another thing too. If you're like first person view, like driving a car, if you want to do good virtual reality, learn how to fly a plane. Learn how
Right.
to drive a boat. Make it go all the way with it, and I promise you, it will be successful.
What if
yeah.
we get to a point where like we get in a car and we have to actually look down, shift the gear,
Dude.
and then press? Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
See,
dude.
that's what I'm saying.
that would be
We
amazing.
entered
I'm right there
full
with you,
dive
man.
territory. We just entered Sword Art Online. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
But see,
Oh,
like
that's
that kind of goes into just game immersion, just
Yeah.
in general. Like there were times when I was playing Skyrim that I would just go up to stores or whatever and just wait to see like the dialogue box open up. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, just so you can.
oh god,
Oh wait,
man,
Oh, no.
I'm not playing the game, man.
Metal Gear has surprised me in many ways like that. Like it is
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
immersion that you feel in that game. is just incredible.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not going to get
at
into
the
any
same time.
specifics.
It's so weird and quirky. At the same time, you're just like you just take it in stride.
You do.
Yeah.
You really do. You know, believe it or not, I'm going to say this real quick. I looked up the Fulton device, which is the thing when you
Yep.
strap. You can send people back to your mother base for anyone listening, but you strap some kind of parachute thing that shoots them to the sky.
If you've ever played
That's
Peace Walker,
real.
yeah, they used it in the second Batman movie, The Dark Knight.
Okay, but that's like not movie, not even
Yeah.
movie.
No.
That's
No.
real life.
Yeah.
No,
I was blown away. I thought that was a joke.
Just hey, let me
I
just.
thought that was a joke.
it's
Because
real.
when you-
It's real,
What?
but it wasn't really
Let me
Pretty
just
much.
kidnap
wasn't
this
really
man.
popularly used.
Because when you hook up a goat, it's like,
oh yeah,
and it's just like that's too funny to be real. There's no way.
and tanks. You can do it to tanks.
I
I was
haven't
witness
upgraded that
this.
far, but I did know you could.
I
do
know.
that.
I was watching Kyle. He was just doing that to everything inside almost. He was just like storage container. That's mine.
Well, that's eventually what
It's
you
like-
do. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
You're just
it's
like,
like,
this is mine.
I'm
and
building
this
an
is
army. Thank you for the tank.
Exactly.
It's mine now.
Yeah.
Kyle, when I went over to the house earlier, Kyle was playing, and like he goes with this guy in a car, throws him out of the car, straps on that thing, and just woo!
There it's going. Yeah, it's my car now.
What I want to see if like I can like sneak up behind somebody that's in a car like driving it.
Just put it
And
on.
then just put it on.
I believe you
Twofer.
can.
And you get a soldier with it?
I don't know about that part.
Because if you can,
It's
oh my god.
Fun little note here for those of you playing the game. If you strap it to a container, like a shipping container, and
Right.
get on top of the container, you get to go back to Mother Base for free.
Huh.
Yeah. So instead of
No kidding.
yeah,
You just
instead of
gave him a whole
spending
new
money
thing.
on a helicopter, you don't spend any money. You just spend the money to ship the crate out, and you get on top of it. It'll
just
take
gave
you
him
back
a
to
whole new
Mother
thing.
Base.
Oh my.
Yes, sir.
Kyle, you just saved money. You
Yes,
just
sir.
saved money. No, my favorite thing with the containers was watching Kyle earlier. Like, he lifted one and the troops walked by. They're like, "Where is the container?
It's like
Did you see what it was?"
HQ.
Yeah.
We are missing a container. I don't know what happened.
Okay, we really have to get off Metal Gear, but like
Right,
I
right,
stole a dude's car and like drove away with it because I can't steal them yet with the balloon things.
Right.
But I stole it, I just jumped in it and drove away. And he said, HQ, my vehicle's not here. What's happened? I said, someone must have mistaked it for theirs. Now you'll just have to walk. Because of me.
Oh, God.
That is amazing.
It's so much fun. Oh my god, it is amazing.
Oh, man.
Okay, we seriously we need to stop talking about
Yes,
Metal Gear.
yes.
People go out and get
Fine,
Metal Gear
just get it.
however you
Okay,
can.
well, we have to take a quick...
Oh, yes. We will be taking a quick commercial break. Please stay tuned because we have a whole lot more show for you guys. Eric is going to be staying with us.
Yeah, I'm here.
Stay tuned. Coming up right now, we've got David Bowie with Ziggy Stardust.
Ooh.
I always love that song. What's up, everybody? WLJS, you are listening to...
Everybody,
Sorry,
everybody.
I
for a
have the
second.
worst mush mouth, I swear.
He had a...
We are
Go to the
the...
hospital after the show.
I hear where
Oh, no.
Anyway, we are United Nerds here on 91.9 WLJS.
If Drew can't do it, you can't do it.
Yeah.
I could give it a try,
Oh,
but I can't
crap.
guarantee anything.
And we're done. Okay,
What do you
so
got?
we are...
It's joined by Eric.
Yes, we are joined by Eric, our
Eric.
good friend. And we are talking about the future of video games right about now. So,
Woo!
talked about Oculus Rift and Project Morpheus.
There you
Yes.
are.
Yes. Had
You gotta
another
read,
little brain.
You gotta read
thing
the
there.
cue cards.
It's
Right.
So, it's so under the radar. He forgot about it.
Bring your cue cards with you, Kyle.
Yeah, remember.
Indeed.
Remember.
The fifth
I just-
Well, maybe if
Cards.
you guys would like to step up and say something.
Ooh.
I just read
Okay,
about
well
it.
then we're gonna
Man.
move into talking about consoles, everyone.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's talk about consoles.
Thank you, Eric.
You're very welcome. And because Mr. Kyle is over there being all saucy and sassy,
That's me.
we'll talk about Nintendo's new console. Shall we?
Oh.
Shall we do that, Kyle?
We already-
Eric, if you would like to continue on with this, and just, I'm just gonna be over here.
Kyle's
just
gonna bow out.
Doing.
Just,
Please, just talk.
Professor Eric, you have the floor.
For those who don't know, the Wii U has not done stellar.
No, it hasn't, has it?
No, it really hasn't. Hasn't done that well at all. And so Nintendo, after I think we discovered last time we talked about this, 3 years.
Yep.
It was about
been
3 years.
It's been,
Yeah, about
so-
3 years now.
So the Wii U's
Yeah.
been around for 3 years, and you would think, well, that's a decent time frame
to try something.
to start something.
At least something.
I mean, the PlayStation 2 was around for almost 10, or it was 10. Either way,
But the point is, they were working on something to, make it better.
exactly. And so they quit doing games for it, or not. That's a bad way to say it. They stopped.
They're stopping the flow on it.
Well,
they are. I think they're going to finish up every game that is currently being developed for the Wii U.
Yeah.
And
well, that's
then-
all we'll see.
Yeah.
That's the last things we'll see.
But continue,
Yeah.
Eric, continue.
Please,
Okay,
please.
but anyway, Nintendo has decided to kind of make a new console, and it's called Project NX right now. Which those projects always
That's a
change.
working title.
We
Those
know.
projects always change because the GameCube was initially called the Dolphin.
Oh, did you not know that?
And as a matter of fact, as a shout out to the fact that it was called Codename Dolphin, one of the microchips inside the GameCube actually has the Dolphin logo and everything.
Wow.
And that's also why in Super Mario Sunshine you're on Isle Delfino.
Correct.
That's why it's shaped like a
A
dolphin.
dolphin.
But anyway, so they're making a new console, and all we know right now is it is still not as strong as the PS4 and the Xbox One. And that's their second mistake. Is if you're going to make a new console, you're abandoning everyone who put trust in your product. If you buy a console, you expect it to last at least 10 years. Because, I mean, look at the history. Look at the history. Like I just said, the PlayStation 2 went 10 years.
Yep.
So when you have a console out for 3 years and you announce a new console, you're really killing faith in your brand.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you are killing faith. Because if I just spent, what, $300 on the Wii U?
300.
300?
Roughly.
I just dropped
Yep.
$300 on
It's
the Wii U
300.
a few years. Yeah, I'm sure you know.
That was a little salty over there.
Oh, little bit.
So anyway, this is a very poor direction for Nintendo, and this really couldn't. And when I say this, people are going to think I'm saying, "Oh, Nintendo's out of the competition." It could really hurt Nintendo badly if this next console doesn't sell as well as they think. They're kind of out of the race.
But see, that's the thing though, and we had this conversation about a week or so ago.
It was.
Yeah,
The
roughly.
the power of a console does not necessarily mean the overall following that it's going to get. It doesn't mean it doesn't measure the success a console is going to have. Now, this is a special case because of the whole Wii U fiasco.
Well,
But-
here's the biggest problem, okay? You have a new generation of consoles with the Wii U, the PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
And in this race, so to speak, because
It's very much a race.
Oh,
it is
God,
a
yes.
race to
Oh,
see who's winning.
It's a race and
currently
a war,
Sony is winning.
almost.
But in this race, now you're pretty much dropping out of the race to put a new competitor in late in the game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the Xbox One and the PS4 are hitting their stride now.
Oh yeah.
They're hitting their strides. They're already out in front doing fine.
It's like a horse race. It's like a big, giant horse race.
Exactly.
And now you have to release a new console, so you're pretty much starting a horse back at the start.
Yep.
While the other horses are already a good ways through the race.
They're in stride. They have their pace. They are just in the flow. They're like, we got this.
People know what to expect from them. People know that they can hold that, they're holding their stuff together, they're updating, they're changing things. They don't know anything about a new Nintendo console. And that's a scary, dangerous move for Nintendo.
Yeah,
yeah.
think about it. Sony and Xbox, they're already planning for 20 years down the road.
Exactly.
They're already working at it. Nintendo's just kind of going, well,
Yeah,
we'll
they're
see what
they're
happens.
working on that future.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I saw a thing where the past scale was 10 years. See how much you can make it last for 10 years. Microsoft and Sony have both said Xbox One, PS4, they are going to aim to extend that to 15 years.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
wanna see
cool.
if they can make it last that long.
Mm-hmm.
Which they probably can, because with the technology we have now,
Oh, God.
to where we can upgrade systems,
Yeah.
It's only going to get better.
Mhm.
And Nintendo is just really falling behind. And I say this as a Nintendo fan. I think this is the dumbest move they could have made. What they should have done is just ponied up and supported the Wii U. Start supporting the Wii U. Start releasing more titles.
Yep.
Let the third party come in to do some special stuff more often. Let other people help your current console so you don't drop out of the race.
Yeah.
Don't start the race over.
Well said.
Try and just stay on your legs till the race is over, then get a new contender.
And if yeah, exactly.
You don't want to start just fresh faced. Oh crap!
Start back at the gate.
And ultimately, I know I've said it a lot, but the betrayal of the people who have bought your console
Yep.
is great. It makes me not want to buy your new console.
Yep.
Because what if this next console and it's out for 2 years and you announce another one?
It's like this mistake that Apple is making. Apple
Right.
is making this 10 times over.
Right.
The year you buy a new Mac that comes out, it's like, hey, guess what? Next 2 years, we're getting another one out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And-
Exactly.
well, and like the iPhone. Okay, iPhone 6. How long has that been out? Only a few months, maybe.
Only a few months.
Maybe.
God,
a
I
few
didn't even know we
months.
were at 6.
We are at
S.
6.
Yes.
And we are at 6 plus. The 6S is
Right.
dropping this holiday season.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's
Actually,
okay.
No, you're right. You're right.
You're right. The thing is the gaming market is just different. It's a different monster.
Oh, yeah.
You make a solid point with Apple. Don't
Yeah,
get me
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. But like the gaming market is so different.
Yeah,
Once you
like-
lose your footing, you're out.
Who would think that Nintendo would have dominated the market with the Wii with games like Wii Sports,
Right.
Wii Fit, Wii Party? What?
Sounds like the
Wii
name of a bad
Music?
TV show.
It does.
Yeah, those games were selling better than Mario.
Yeah.
okay.
Than Mario.
Hold just a second. To further your point, Wii Sports, a game that came with the console,
Mm-hmm.
was the only game people played for at least the first year of that
Yep.
console's
Mhm.
life.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
The only other thing they
Go ahead
tried
with
to
your thought.
boost was Red Steel, and that didn't do great.
Oh, no.
Let's not mention that.
Yeah.
Shall not be
There
named.
was Twilight Princess though. That was better played on the GameCube.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
Did you
Let's say we
play
talked about
Twilight Princess, Kyle?
I actually played it on the Wii and I loved it dearly.
Do you not see his Zelda shirt?
that. It is right in front of you, Drew.
For those of you who are listening and can't see, yes, I am wearing my Zelda
well,
t-shirt.
apparently Drew can't see either, and he's in the room.
Go ahead with your thought, buddy.
Okay, well, no, it's not a thought. I was curious on that iPhone thing. 3 days ago, so yeah, September 9th, 2014 is when we saw the 6. And they're
Wow.
already saying, hey, new phone, enjoy. Wow.
It's just sad, man. I just hate to see Nintendo doing this.
Yeah.
They're better
It just
than
breaks
this.
my
They're
heart.
better
They're
than
much
this.
better than this.
We've grown. That's why we've grown up with Nintendo. That's why
Right.
it's so precious.
The-
and-
See,
Well,
Exactly.
I've always considered Nintendo to be like this isn't the best like analogy, but they're kind of like the Disney of
Yep.
the video game
Mhm.
Yeah.
industry
Yep.
in a way. you
Okay,
know?
I'll agree.
I
Like,
totally, I love it.
I'll
Love
agree.
it.
They
Glad
they
you see that
have
as a good thing.
they have the games that you played as a kid and that you still want to play again as an adult.
Right. Agreed.
Uh,
Agreed.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, I like what you're saying there. I'm with
yeah. Like they
That's
have
lovely.
nostalgia on their side, and nostalgia is a very powerful weapon in any sort of marketplace
Oh, God,
at
yes.
all.
The problem is now they're hinging on it too much.
Yep.
Yeah. See, like they had a good idea with the Wii. With we have this gimmick. Now we're going to market the absolute crap out of it, and they did really well with that.
Well, it just worked. Okay.
It did work.
And I'll tell you
As
another
janky
reason.
as the Wii was,
Yeah.
it worked.
It is full of jank. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
It really
It is
is.
drenched in
But
Like
I'll tell you-
my parents still play Just Dance.
drenched in Please, Drew, I'm begging you, please tweet
Please.
that for me.
Oh,
Drenched in jank.
Okay.
Drenched in Jake. It's
this,
tweeted.
Oh,
that
God.
sounds dirty.
We are
Um,
a family-friendly show here.
There are children. There's an unborn child listening to us right now.
Unborn.
I
Oh wow.
huh.
Woo!
Just a pair of headphones, just kind of.
Just think.
Anyway.
It's first thing it's gonna hear is our voices. Isn't that a wonderful thought?
It's gonna hear Uncle Brian.
Uncle
and
Brian.
his buddies.
Here's some heavy breathing.
To that child, I deeply apologize. You have my condolences.
Welcome to the world.
Okay, the thing with the Wii, and I'll tell you why the Wii sold so well, is because you can market it to senior citizens.
Yep.
You could do it to senior citizens and the smallest children.
I actually have a story about that. When the Wii was very popular, I worked in a nursing home, Autumn Cove Nursing Home, actually, for a year. And when I did activities, one of the things we did was play Wii Sports and Wii Bowling and Wii Golf. I mean, it is very marketable to, older people. Yes, it's frustrating as all get out, but,
But here's the thing, though. They tapped into a market that was not tapped into yet.
Yes.
And that's where they hit success.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Wii wasn't just for kids, it was for kids. The Wii tried to be for adults, it failed. But, the thing about seniors is really where
they hit their mark.
Right.
Mhm.
They hit their mark with the seniors. And again, that was an untapped market. They captured lightning in a bottle, as I've been saying for a few days.
They did.
now.
It's a good way
Yeah,
to put
they
it,
did.
though.
I'll totally agree with that.
Yeah, they really did. And then they tried again and failed. So,
No. Now, one thing they did that was okay, the 3DS did good.
yes, it did.
It did good. That was a good,
Mhm.
solid thing. And then they looked at that and went, okay, here's what improvements we can do. So here is the new 3DS. They just took something that existed and went, okay, here's the tweaks we need to make this even better. I feel like you could do that with the Wii U.
Here's what blows my mind about Nintendo as well, and you bring up a good point. The 3DS always seems to be evolving and always has good sales. I own one. I own two, actually. One for me, one for my wife.
Yeah.
And,
Couples that game together stay together.
No, they are a fantastic couple.
but yeah.
Back in your cage, Drew. Back in your cage.
But yeah, every time that system upgrades or updates, it's so much fun. Are there different people? I know it's on Nintendo, but is it a different staff that comes up with the 3DS versus the consoles?
I want to say
Did they just lock all the handheld people in a closet? They're just it's a soundproof closet. We don't want to hear you guys. But
Can we come out now?
yeah, exactly.
Stand
Hey,
there.
we've developed something really good in here. What have you got? And then they open the door and they're like, "This is what we have." And they're like, "Oh,
We're
we're gonna go back in the closet."
We're gonna go back in.
Bring a flashlight.
We need more batteries.
Battery.
Oh, also, can we have food?
Yeah. Can we eat?
We've been in here for a long time. People are kind of
I
smelly.
mean, our division is keeping the company alive, so
Yeah, that
Can we
is.
get a better cafeteria?
You bring up a good point. I think that is the thing that Nintendo will always have over over its competition.
Handheld.
They have the hands down best handheld games
yes.
of anyone. PSP, Vita, just
No.
Gross.
Vita just sounds gross coming out of my mouth.
It sounds like an
Yeah.
Italian dish. Vita. I'll have the Vita.
Wait,
Oh my
I'm
God,
sorry. You
it
can't
does.
say I'm sorry. Can we not say that? Because Italian food's delicious.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not.
Whereas Vita's disgusting.
He's not saying
I'm not saying
Yeah,
Italian
do it.
food's bad. I'm just saying
Okay.
Vita. Would you like the Vita?
Would you like the Vita?
We have the 5 cheese Vita.
Yeah,
With some meatballs on top of the Vita on the
Well,
bottom.
the Vita is 5 levels of cheesy, Kyle. It really is.
5 levels.
It's like, hey, we have a touch screen.
On the back.
I know. Well,
No, it's on the front and the back.
decided that?
It's on the front and the back.
Why?
Oh.
It's front and back. The back's a touch. The front's a touch.
Who thought this was a good idea?
I don't
Because
know.
I want
on the closet. That's it.
I want to just
Someone's
pinch
like-
my game controller.
They know our secret.
Sony's like, hey, we hear Nintendo's locking dudes in closets to make handhelds. Let's do that thing. And then their people are just crying in the corner. They open the closet. They're like,
It's like, what are
"Here
your
comes money."
ideas?
And they're just sitting there.
Don't beat us.
It's like,
Don't beat us.
Yeah.
What are your ideas? Touch screen. Expand on it. Okay. And a month later, what do you have?
Joysticks.
I have 2 touch screens. You're hired.
You're hired. Get out of the
Well,
closet.
and now really quick, just on us, because Drew did mention, like we've mentioned handheld Nintendo and their games, and then we mentioned nostalgia. I still play Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
I
me
do.
too.
I
Me
still
too.
love
Oh.
Pokemon.
Pokemon is still strong. Like, it's still just killing it in terms of sales.
Pokemon Diamond was my wife's first Pokemon game.
And I know your wife, and she is hooked.
She is so hooked.
She is so hooked.
She is so hooked.
How many level 100s does she have now? I gotta know.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not about the levels with her. It's about collecting them all.
Yep.
And see,
She really took it. She
Her
really took that theme
Pokédex.
song to heart.
Frightening.
Well, Pokemon
well, you
is
know,
such-
you want to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Right.
well, Pokemon
Catch them is my real test. But to
to
train them
is,
is
my cause.
right. I got you. I got you.
Pokemon just has such a diehard, like just such diehard fans that it's never not going to be.
Of all
A thing.
ages.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird how when I guess we got older, Pokemon was still okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know how
Like,
that
it,
happened, but
it did have a little bit of a dip, but it's like
It did.
it's still
Came back
here.
Only
It's-
for the cool kids. Like
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
For the cool kids.
For the cool kids, huh?
I heard his feelings over there.
Yes, you
Sorry.
did.
I see how it is.
It's like
Alright.
you could say, hey man,
Feelings can be hurt.
somebody could call you and be
We
like,
found
hey,
his weak
it's-
spot.
yeah,
We found it.
We found it. We found the kink in the
It's like-
armor.
It's like, oh, ruined my dreams of becoming the Pokemaster. All right.
Keep poking at it. Somebody.
Keep poking
No,
at it.
I
Keep
have-
poking at his.
I haven't played a Pokemon game since.
wow, I could put a joke in there.
Yeah,
that
well-
Oh yeah.
No, like I think Yellow was the last one I played. Honestly.
That was a good
Wow.
one, though. That
Oh,
was
it was a
one,
good one.
That was
liked-
the one where Pikachu followed you around.
And
I don't want
surf.
Pikachu to follow me around.
Apparently, can't you like have any of your Pokemon follow
Get in
you
your
around?
ball.
That was actually a fun little thing. Having your Pokemon follow you was something people always wanted, and they only ran it for one title,
Yeah.
and I kind of miss it. Is they did that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh,
Okay, but you know why they can't do it anymore though?
Yeah.
It's because you have legendary Pokemon
Yep.
that are like 12 times the
Yes,
size
they
of the
are.
character.
Yes, they are.
Oh yeah.
When
When they had the little petting thing you could do.
Pokemon.
Yeah, you could you could pet the Pokemon.
You can poke a
You
Pokemon.
can poke 'em.
You can poke your
Pokemon.
Just Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Hey, man, I need your attention for a second.
But when you pulled up the big ones to pet, they would just be on both
Two
screens. And it was just like,
Oh, Jay's
I guess
Like-
I'll pet your midsection because that's
So like,
this is
I'm
the
just
only
gonna
touch
pet
screen.
you. Please don't kill me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to
Like,
die.
How do legendaries not just kill whoever
How
catches
do
them?
Pokemon not just kill people anyway?
Yeah.
You got huge whales who can fly. You
Oh,
got,
God.
I mean, God, it's just
Oh.
ridiculous.
No.
Just like Scyther just comes out of the Pokeball and just cuts you to pieces.
Cuts your head off
Oh,
or
God.
something.
No.
My gosh.
What's fun is that I love that we are talking Pokemon because a small thing of Pokemon is what made me inspired this whole episode for me.
What about
Oh,
Pokemon
Wait,
inspired
wait,
you?
how about what?
What about it?
It made me think about wanting to talk about the future of gaming for the fact that they are doing an augmented reality Pokemon game for phones.
You are correct. I forgot all about this. Yeah,
I
they're doing it.
Pokemon Go.
Okay, yeah, they're doing they did an April Fool's joke a while back on Google
Yep.
where you could go to locations and actually catch Pokemon, in the real world. So you went to these locations in the real world,
Oh,
and
wow.
so Nintendo saw this and was like, okay,
let's
that
give it a
sounds
go.
cool. Let's
It's
capitalize
like
on
this is getting some popularity.
And the trailer was ridiculous, but it looks really cool. It looks really cool. It's catching. It's like going out of your house.
It's like
See,
There's a
you're-
Squirtle nearby.
And see, I think that is something parents are going to get behind too.
It
It's
gets
like
your
it
kid
gets
out
the
of the house.
kid
at
out of the
least.
house. So yeah, they're indulging in their silly little Pokemon thing,
But at least they're
but
outside.
hey, they're outside.
You got them there.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny, what are you doing? I gotta catch Charizard.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a Pokemaster.
that's all.
Charizard's 2 miles away. I gotta walk
I
to
gotta
it.
walk it, Dad. I'll see you later. Be back by dinner.
Yeah, exactly. That's where this whole Pokemon Go is gonna end. When a kid runs out in the middle of the street. There's a canopy. A truck just hits him.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
Oh my! Hold on! I just thought of this. We're gonna be sending 10-year-olds out into the world to catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
We're living the show.
Oh
We are
man.
The future generation of kids right here.
Yeah,
Oh my
And then,
God.
and then you're gonna have that 38-year-old with his Pokemon hat, his gut
Like
poking out.
the old Ash Ketchum hat.
Exactly.
From the first show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dirty fingerless gloves that you can tell like
It's like,
must have been in his life forever.
I gotta catch them
I'm
all.
sorry.
There you go.
you can take my Entei?
The only Magic movie TikTok picture I saw of like a guy dressed as Ash with a beard and it said, "Get off my tall grass."
You get away from that Squirtle boy. I want that
Oh God!
Yeah, a grown man. Just have a grown man just punching kids in the face.
Oh man! Oh, well,
from me, boy.
no, what is fun though with the Ash
Oh
is
my
like you
God.
are gonna actually be able to battle people in public. Like it's gonna register nearby trainers and be like, "Hey, that's a trainer if you want to fight."
Yeah.
You know, it's not Skynet that's going to take over the world in the end times. It's going to be Pokemon.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon.
Oh God!
Well,
Where do we have
oh.
that?
speaking of Pokemon, Eric is a big time fighting game fan.
Yes.
A lot of us are.
Absolutely.
I wanted to get your opinion on the upcoming Pokemon Fighters. Like,
yeah,
it's a fighting
called
game.
Pokken.
It's Pokken. Pokken. What do you
Okay,
think about Pokken?
okay. I knew you would laugh.
I
But
know
see,
you would.
earlier when y'all were talking about Pokken, I was going to make a Pokken joke, but nobody had the name of it. So
Oh, I
was like,
know.
Well, you're,
Oh, did
I'm
you?
excited.
Oh, okay.
well, you're going to
cool.
try to poke us with it?
He's really
Poke joke.
poking
Kyle.
this joke.
The show ended today.
Episode 3.
Just
Back in the cage.
Okay,
Back in the cage.
Yes, I am a really big fighting game fan. If I could say I'm good at a game, that is the one type of game I will say I'm good at.
He is. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm
I've
very
watched
good at it.
and my mind is just.
I'm
amazed.
that prodigy that can pick up a fighting game and give me a little while, and I'm good.
even Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, no, I really can't. I can play Virtua Fighter. Bring it.
Oh God.
Oh.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Oh, I am not even going to try to learn how to do Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, it's
man.
rough.
Oh God, that
So-
learning curve is ridiculous.
Yeah, true. True,
Okay,
true.
I realized what I was about to say was a commercial. So from the creators of Tekken, come
Pokemon
fighting game.
Keep it going.
Yes, please.
where Lucario faces off against Pikachu. Who will win this epic struggle?
I'm actually, I'm waiting to play as my boy Machamp. Actually,
Yeah, man.
There you go.
So they're coming
I'm waiting
out-
for Machamp.
They're coming out with a fighting game where you pick Pokemon, but it is the Tekken system.
Ooh.
Yep.
It's the
I
Tekken
remember
system.
seeing that.
I will have to get in on this.
Yes,
I
and it
love
looks
Tekken.
incredible. It really looks cool. I mean, it looks incredible if you're a Pokemon fan. It looks really good.
Oh, and you might
That's
like this,
really
Brian. Gengar's in it.
Yeah, I love that because that's one of my favorite Pokemon.
See, I'm a big Squirtle guy, and I'm sure at some point.
Well, they gotta have Blastoise in there somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But my opinion on it is, okay, it looks cool. It
Yeah.
looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it'll hit it big in the pro scene.
No.
And in
I
fighting
don't
games,
see this
No.
one playing at Evo.
No,
It's not.
It's
No.
not
gonna
gonna
be
make it, but
in the
for
pro.
us,
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be fun.
In the pro scene, which I keep up with a whole lot, this is my addiction. I keep up with the pro scene, and I just don't see it being as big of a deal as Street Fighter V.
Which we will talk about.
Yes,
after
we're
we
gonna
talk
That's
about
that's
this.
going to be talked about later. Tekken 7's coming out soon.
Yes.
It's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of new characters in it. Guilty Gear has a new version of its game coming out soon that adds a couple
Yep.
more characters. But yeah, like you have an established scene, and when you bring in a new fighting game, it'll stay on its legs because Japan loves their Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, America does too.
It's gonna sell in Japan.
But the thing
Like,
is,
it's gonna sell like crazy.
it's actually going to start as an arcade cabinet.
yeah. I
They
can see
started out in arcade form only in Japan because arcades don't exist in America
that.
anymore.
Not anymore.
West Coast.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice if it did.
You gotta
Okay,
go to the
well-
West Coast, unfortunately. And
Okay,
it
well-
sucks.
Yeah, I was about to say none that I can get to.
I don't understand why arcades kind of jumping off on that for a second. I don't know why
Well,
arcades
because
kinda
home
died.
gaming is a thing.
Consoles.
Because
Agreed. You're right. You're right. You are correct. But the reason, the ultimate reason, is because Americans don't want to get out of the house.
It's true.
It's not a social thing anymore. The social thing is online. I've watched plenty of videos of Japan, and their arcades are like 10 stories tall.
Yep.
to where each story is a different type of game. They had a whole floor dedicated to just crane games. And these Sega arcades are everywhere in Akihabara.
Wow.
And it is mind-numbing at how the guy that was recording himself walking through these arcades was like 9 in the morning in Japan, and the place was busy. Because the Japanese people see going to the arcade as a social thing.
Yeah.
They get out and they go hang out with their friends and they all play arcade games. And I don't know why we don't do that. I don't understand why that never took off here, because you're spending more money playing arcade games.
Well, that kind of goes into why their economy is so good, because they're putting out so much, but they're giving so much at the same time. Like, think about how much money those arcades are making.
Oh, they
Exactly.
make a kill.
That's why Japan is one of the leading people in, gaming and goodness.
But anyway,
Well, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back in just a second. Got to play some Jimi Hendrix for y'all. We will be right back, and we have a lot to talk about Street Fighter. So, stay with us. And we are back. This is WLJS 91.9. We are the United Nerds. I'm Kyle Holland, and as always, I'm joined with Brian Brenneman and Drew Moore, with our special guest tonight, Eric.
Mr. Eric Curtis.
Find me
Yes,
the last
he is
name.
Finally get a last name.
Hello.
Eric Curtis.
Eric Curtis.
It's interesting because I didn't know your last name either.
Yeah, I was just like, Eric!
Yeah.
Eric.
I don't want to ask your last name.
Yeah, it's fine.
On
Curtis,
air.
But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, we were talking about Pokken for a little while, the Pokemon fighting game that's going to be coming up pretty soon. In the spirit of fighting games, Tekken 7 is coming out soon, but
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5
Street
is
Fighter
on its
5.
way.
And it is my jam. You can
Yes.
actually pre-order now to get the beta. That still is a thing.
Yes, yes.
So you'll be able to participate in the open beta that has 2 more phases. The second phase, which is probably going to be in October, late October. So if you have a PlayStation 4, pre-order,
I was
man.
going to
Yes.
pre-order it.
Pre-order.
Anyway. I was going
Yeah.
to pre-order it. So
Get
yeah.
involved
Well-
in this beta. It's
Well,
fun.
Eric, you've been playing the beta quite a bit.
Too much.
For a while.
Pre-orders are too much.
What do you have to say about how the new Street Fighter is going to be playing, how the characters are? What do you got to say?
Street Fighter 5 is coming back to the basics of Street Fighter, and that is what they are achieving. It's coming back to the base of big damage. Normals do a lot of damage now. Stun is really high, so stunning your opponent is something that can happen pretty fast. Matches can end. I played 2 rounds against a guy, and this is just a prime example of if you know what you're doing and you've played Street Fighter your whole life, like myself. I beat a guy in 20 seconds 2 times, just back to back. 20 seconds.
You're like
match is over.
the Ronda Rousey of Street Fighter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's coming back to the basics. It's coming back to making players honest. If you Dragon Punch, which for those who don't know, Shoryuken.
Oh,
It is
God.
so hard to not be a jerk with Ken in that game.
Well, see, now, if you want to be a jerk and you want to use your super powerful Dragon Punch, you're going to get counter hit on the way down if I block it.
Oh, yeah.
And what that means for people who don't understand fighting game technology is that means when you get counter hit, it does more damage and could potentially put your opponent in a counter hit state for further combos, which is kind of like a crumple state.
Yeah.
Anyway, the focus attack in Street Fighter 4 was something you could do to absorb a hit and then return a hit. It made players very unhonest, and it made noobs real easy to handle things like that. And that's gone now. The safety blanket's removed. It is really getting down to Street Fighter is back to where it was. Everybody, the basics are there, and everything is still just as powerful as it could be.
I can't help it. We really have.
Brian just wrote us a little note saying that we have mentioned Ronda Rousey in every single episode so far.
I can't help it.
We're 3 episodes in. We've done it every time.
That's just going to be our thing. I think we are just like secretly all just silent supporters. Or we're not really.
Not so
I
silent.
am. Not really. I'm a very big supporter.
We are just giant fans of Ronda Rousey.
We are.
United Nerds of Ronda Rousey.
Hey, she's a big
or
Pokemon
for
fan.
Ronda Rousey.
Hey, she is. But continue with Street Fighter. Good
Anyway.
job.
Please.
So that is my impressions. Is the basics are very strong. If you've played Street Fighter for a long time, if you have been involved in Street Fighter for quite a while, the basics are powerful. The basics are very strong. They're very powerful.
It kind of makes me remember about like, and I mean Street Fighter started this obviously, but it kind of like how Soul Calibur plays a little bit with like every move doing big damage and matches being able to be won in 8 moves or so.
I think
But,
I think what you're going to change about it too is because matches are going to go faster. In the professional scene, it's normally 2 out of 3, with the grand finals being 3 out of 5. I think you'll see a change of 3 out of 5 for all the matches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll see what's the next bump up? 3 out of 5, and then what's the next one? I'm sorry, I just can't remember.
No. I want
4 out of 7.
4 out of 7 or
Yeah.
something.
I want to say 4 out of 7.
I think
It's
that's
I
right.
want to say 5 out of 7, honestly.
I was thinking that too. I don't know. Either way, I think
Anywho.
it's just going to change some things. But I think what's going to make Street Fighter relevant to the conversation at the moment is they announced a new character recently. A new character. for
Yes,
Street
they
Fighter
did.
5.
Yes, they did.
Eric, would you
Tell
would you
us.
like to talk about how that went down?
Inform us, oh wise one.
Okay. So September 11th is remembered fondly, I guess, by Americans. I get fondly.
not
fondly. No.
Well, now it is. Now it's like a statement of like strength, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
In
I
that
will-
sense, very much.
That's kind of where I pulled
Well,
that
Donald
from.
Trump-
It's a day of remembrance and like pride.
It's a point
almost.
of pride.
Well, it's
It's
like
kind
when
of
Donald
like-
Trump was on the Tonight Show, and he said it really was incredible to see like the unifying like effort of people like New York City come together. So, yeah, very much.
I mean,
so.
it is a tragedy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
September 11th was a tragedy and should always be remembered as such.
I think FDR after Pearl Harbor, like a day that will live in infamy.
Correct.
You know.
Correct. But I think Americans as a whole have really powered back from that. We used to
Mm-hmm.
be really weak to that, and I think there used to be a lot of fear about September 11th.
Oh, there still is. For
I mean-
a lot of people, there still is.
But I don't feel like it's as strong as it used to be, you know? I feel like it's died down a little bit and we've turned it into pride. Anyway.
So why are we talking about 9/11?
I know, right? It's
So
confusing.
why would the United Nerds bring up 9/11?
Why did we bring up European politics? European politics
Oh,
last
well,
show?
this is actually quite relevant to what we're talking about.
So, the Dubai gaming tournament recently happened in Dubai.
In
Uh,
Dubai.
oh. Always
Who would've
wanted to
thought?
go.
Yeah, I know. And so September 11th, Street Fighter announced a new Street Fighter character named Rashid.
Rashid.
Rashid, and he is a Arab fighter with a turban.
Not a turban.
It's kind of like a half turban.
It's a
no,
half-
it's
it's-
the.
Okay,
I
there's
don't
a
want
name
to call
for
it a towel because that's really offensive. That's the. It's not that.
Oh dear
Okay.
God!
And you know what? Thanks for having us on this semester. We really enjoyed our time.
Because like no, the turban,
Or
the
get a cut.
like okay, the turban is the Hindu thing,
Right.
It's kind of like in a
Yeah, yeah,
ball.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What Rashid has is the
Indiana. It's like an Indiana Jones.
it's the
style.
fabric that's draping off the head.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I do not know what it's called. I'm gonna look it up.
No, I don't know what it's called either. But okay, it's not. He's not a terrorist. Okay.
Oh no,
Let's just
No,
say
he's
up
not.
front.
No.
I recently did a podcast about this with a friend of mine, and people got all up in arms. It actually got a lot of views. People got really angry at us. But I just think it's ironic. It's not that he's a terrorist, and it's not that it's a stereotypical thing. It's just ironic that a video game company didn't think about the fact that they're releasing a brand new Arab character.
A Keffieh.
Keffieh?
Keffieh.
Keffieh?
Can you use it in a sentence?
Keffieh.
That might be a what? Keffieh?
We
Keffieh.
are we are some white people here.
Can you use it in a sentence? Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Rashid wears a Keffieh.
Okay.
I think that sounds right.
I'm gonna have to ask my friend Aisha how to pronounce that one. She is actually Arabic, so she
okay.
she can probably get me
well, like
set straight on that.
it's like I was saying at the house earlier.
Kufia.
This kind of thing is,
Kufia.
I think
Stop trying, Kyle.
it was like
No, like I'm looking up like the phonetic. Okay, anyway,
yeah. No, I was just saying it's like when I was,
let's continue.
Drew
Let's
has a
continue.
thought.
your kefier, get off your kefier and listen. No, it was like when I was saying at the house. This kind of, I think it was just an accident. Honestly,
It was an accident.
It's like when all these like movie screenplays, you'll read about them, and they had to change the story just because the events like happened around September 11th, and after the fact, sometimes it happened just totally. Scripts that were locked away.
Right. It's not on purpose.
No,
It's not. And Capcom handled it well, because Capcom, of course, created Street Fighter.
Yeah.
They handled it well, because on the 12th, they didn't say anything on their Twitter, they didn't say anything on any of their pages about it on the 11th. They just let it go. But because we live in the age of the internet, everybody found out about this character.
Oh boy.
So it didn't cause as much of a stink as I expected it to cause. But it is quite ironic. I just think it's ironic, honestly. That's the best word I can find for it.
Well, I think that that a lot of that comes from people are slowly starting to because for the longest time America was very Islamophobic, and to this day
Still
is
are, yeah.
very much are. So releasing that character on September 11th is going to bring up a bunch of red flags for a lot of Americans.
And I encourage you, if you are listening and you do care or are interested in what we're talking about, go look up the trailer.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Go look up for the
Looks
gameplay's trailer.
Oh,
Awesome.
I want to play as
He
this
looks
character
amazing.
so
Oh my
bad.
God.
He looks awesome.
And I think-
we were like yelling at the TV when we watched the trailer. earlier.
Yeah, I
He's
think
awesome.
I think because he's so cool, it's going to save any kind of
Yeah. Any
Bad
kind
press.
of flack,
Yeah.
any kind of just
it'll
Like-
be an afterthought eventually.
And like
It definitely
it's
will
not
be.
it's really not an offensive character.
No.
Or at least I don't think
No.
so. Not at all.
He's cool enough to wear a power scouter from DBZ.
Yeah, he's got like a green scouter on.
Like
from
I
DBZ.
want to learn this guy's story. I want to know what his
Really,
motivations
I
are.
want a
I
game.
wanna
I want a game with this dude.
Yeah.
Like a single.
Well,
single
you're
game.
gonna get one
Yeah.
with Street Fighter V.
Ryu, I see your power level.
But also, I think another good move by Capcom is the fact that the Tokyo Game Show is the 17th of September.
Okay.
So we're getting anher character reveal.
Ooh,
at the Tokyo Game Show.
Very nice.
So we're gonna mask some of this hatred, especially if they reveal Karin, which is from the Alpha series, who all the fans really want. Then I think you're just gonna see this kind of fade in the background, and everybody's just gonna
Yeah.
acknowledge that this character looks great.
Rashid, what? Who? What? Huh?
Not just looks great,
Right.
plays
There was
great.
controversy?
Yeah.
Because
Moving.
like the kind of tech this guy's throwing out in this gameplay trailer is
Tornadoes.
holy crap.
Yeah, he's a wind user. He uses wind.
Oh yeah, he's throwing tornadoes out. He's like
He makes
my
a
God,
big
just-
tornado at one point to jump to the other side of Ryu and hit him into
And
the tornado.
yeah,
He's busy
his
guarding.
and
Yeah.
his super looks so freaking cool,
Yes, it
man.
does.
It
Yes, it
really
does.
does.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting that all fell like that. And it's just really strange.
And
But
I mean, yeah.
that's Street Fighter V. Pre-order for beta access.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, we talked about it briefly. I mean, when you're organizing a big event, things like that fall through the crack. You don't really think about it until moment of.
Of course.
And then it just, and then you got the guy with the paper in the back of the room who's like, no.
No, stop.
banging on the glass. Just guys, guys. All you hear is a boom, boom, boom. Like it's soundproof glass. Hold paper up against the window. No,
You really shouldn't read that.
We're about to
The
announce
guy's
a
just looking over at him
cheer.
while he's up at the podium, just like, what?
What's
Was
wrong?
he? What's? I
My
don't
wife
get it.
is no.
I'm not doing charades. You know this. Oh,
What?
well, whatever. We're about to release a new Carol.
Arms in the air, stilts.
But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. I'm super excited.
Yes.
Coming back to the basics. This is going to be
Yeah.
incredible.
Go to your nearest like Walmart since they do pre-orders now. Go somewhere.
Amazon. You can do a lot of pre-orders on
Yes, you
Amazon.
can.
I think the ones where you're going to get the beta are GameStop, Amazon, and Best Buy.
Yep.
That's
Those
where
seem
you're
to be
gonna
the
go.
big three.
That is
for-
the big three. There's also special pre-order costumes
Yes,
for
there
depending
is.
on where you pre-order it too.
So go look at
Cammy for
your
Best
options.
Buy, Bison for Amazon, no Chun-Li for Amazon.
And isn't it-
I don't know. They're places.
isn't it
Reuse for
cool?
GameStop.
Reused for
I
GameStop,
was
where he
gonna
gets
say-
a mountain man beard, and
Yes.
it's easily one of the coolest outfits.
It
Oh,
really
yeah.
is.
I want to dress up as this
I,
character.
I have a soft spot.
You can pull it off.
Like I have a soft spot for Chun Li, so seeing her new costume.
Her
is
classic dress.
Like, oh yeah.
You get to see her thighs too. Like they always kind of mask her thighs really well.
Yeah,
And-
but that's
and-
the thing with Chun Li. Her legs are like the most powerful thing in any game ever.
That's the thing. Yeah. She does like the whole lightning kicks and stuff. man.
Yeah.
It's
She throws from them.
yeah, exactly.
Her thighs don't lie.
Yeah, that she's gonna win. They don't lie about that.
I was so tempted to just put on cricket noises. after
Yeah,
you drew.
yeah, it's okay. But yeah. So
I saved you
that's
from cricket noises.
Street Fighter 5. What's next on this list here? You got
There's nothing left on the list. Now we're just going. We're just ripping.
Well, no,
Well, no, we're
Yeah.
future games. We said we were going to talk about like
Yeah.
future upcoming games.
Yeah.
So let's dig
Well,
into that.
for me, one that I'm very excited about is, I mean, people dog me for this. Some people don't dog me for this. I actually really like Destiny. I do, and I'm very happy that tonight at 11, my PS4 will start downloading the newest expansion, Taken King.
Yes.
And
Yep.
a lot of people have reviewed it. IGN's reviewed it. Kotaku's reviewed
what's
it.
it looking like?
It is, and this is what IGN said. They said this thing borders somewhere between a massive expansion and a sequel game.
Oh.
It's tiptoeing the line.
Were they even talking about a sequel before they released this expansion?
They're still talking sequel. This is a 10-year project.
Wow.
This is going to go for a while, hopefully.
Here was, and I don't play the game personally. I haven't. It's not that I don't not like
Yeah.
it. I just haven't played it. But aren't they charging like another full price game?
That is something that a lot of people have been asking about. Just in general, people have been asking that question online. The way it's working is that if you have Destiny Vanilla, which is what the base game is called now.
Okay.
If you have Destiny Vanilla and the first two expansions, House of Wolves and Dark Below, you can actually go ahead onto PSN or Xbox One, and for $39.99, you will get just the Taken King.
Okay, now let me ask this: how much is each expansion that you talked about, other than Taken King?
Each expansion in the past, just because the first two were so short,
Okay.
combined were the price of Taken King.
Okay, so
Just because they were so short.
let me play devil's advocate, okay?
Go ahead.
Because I have to.
Go ahead.
I'm a consumer, and I've just spent $65 on your brand new game.
Yep.
And I'm playing it, and I'm enjoying it, and you announce an expansion. And it's like, okay, cool, $20. Rock on, I can do that. $20, I can handle that. So I'll pay $20. I've now spent $85.
Yep.
And then another expansion comes out. Oh, cool, that's $20 too. Okay. Now we're at $105.
Yep.
I've just spent $105 on your game. And then you say, yet another expansion's coming out. This one's $40. So you want me to spend close to $150 on your Destiny game?
Yep.
I
That'd be
mean, that's
amazing.
just that's
and
rough.
That is rough marketing.
That is rough,
and
man.
and I mean, unfortunately, a lot of year one players, me included, it's something we had to suck up to, but it was a burn. It was a burn to year one players that is what you have to do to get this. Especially the fact that they're going to throw us very limited in gear and shaders and all this extra bonus content, when they are going to treat what is now called Year 2 Gamer, they are going to cater them and hand them so much stuff right out the gate. That's what the $65 is. That is for the Taken King Legendary Edition. That gets you Destiny Vanilla, Dark Below, House of Wolves, and Taken King all in one spot.
Wow.
So you're pretty much asking consumers who these consumers over here have already paid close to $150 for the whole package, or they will when they get Taken King. But you're asking people who just bought the base game. Let's say I don't like the expansions. We just bought the base game. You're asking them to turn around and spend $65 more to just get everything. So ultimately, you're still spending $130.
If I can just add something here, just 3 letters. MMO. This is kind of like why I'm not a big fan of any sort of MMORPG.
Yeah.
Right.
They are pretty much designed to milk as much money as they can out of its consumers.
Yeah.
Well, look at how much money they put into the product. So they're trying any way to get their funds back.
I think the biggest problem here is you're hurting your consumer.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
You're not helping your consumer get your product, at a reasonable product. Like you said, year 2 people are just getting all this stuff handed to them. So, like, people like me, I'm like, it sounds cool because I'm like, hey, cool, I can get this whole package, all this content for just $65. And it's like everybody who's been here is like getting punished. It's like, oh man, this kind of, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, no. It
It's-
definitely
it's-
sucks. They are promising something for year 1 in a few weeks. They're saying, hey, there's going to be something for you. There's going to be something for you. I'm waiting to see what that is. I'm hoping it's worth it.
And to make things worse, the dude, one of the guys that's involved with the game, was quoted as saying, if you could see the emotes that we've put in this game, you'd throw your money at the screen.
Your emotes.
But you would throw your money at the screen? Who is so confident? I love Street Fighter, man. I love it. But I'm not going to throw my money at a screen.
Especially in this economy, you can't ask people to do that. People have no money.
Right. I'm unemployed currently. I mean, I don't, and I think that's just that's too arrogant.
Yeah.
Not only are you asking so much money from your consumer, you are now saying that, oh, you'll buy it because you like it. You'll buy it because it's going to be good.
Bungie made it.
Ooh,
So,
that's
yeah.
That's just bad. That's bad PR. That's
Yeah.
bad marketing. That's bad everything.
See, and that's the thing. I mean, despite all this, I don't know what it is. But
Get out of game designers.
they're very,
that. What were they thinking?
at the end of the day, I
Had
don't
to do
know-
it. Had to do it.
That was good.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, for me, I like Destiny because there are so many MMOs I don't feel at home at. I don't feel at home playing them. I just dislike MMOs. But then on the end of shooters, there are shooters I cannot stand. I hate them. I do not feel at home on a shooter.
Right?
And for some reason, this game had enough of a balance between the two where I personally felt at home with a game.
Well, yeah, you've been playing it since the alpha, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you talked about this for a while.
I joined
Like,
in on alpha. I joined in on beta.
We were friends when you were like stoked about this.
I'm still stoked.
I know
still-
you are, and I'm not saying anything bad about the game. If anything, I'm saying bad about the marketing.
It's
bad
it's
about the
marketing.
marketing.
I agree.
that's a very important distinction you have to make
Yeah.
when you're
Yes.
talking about these things. You have to separate
Marketing
the game from the
marketing.
marketing.
Because they're two separate
they are
things.
two very separate things.
The marketing was terrible, but the game itself, for a lot of people, me included, is fun. It's a lot of fun. I have fun going back in, constantly diving into different rage strikes. I find it enjoyable, and Kyle knows this about me. He sees me play a lot of games. The only 2 first-person shooters I feel at home with now are Destiny and Borderlands.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
I do not feel at home with any first-person shooter ever that you put in my hands other than that.
I feel like that it's fine. I mean, in the sense of moving forward, because it welcomes in new players really well. I think that's what they were going for, but they, in the process of trying to say, hey, welcome new players, they kind of just kicked their dedicated fan base to the side and said, oh, you'll buy it because you're already here. And that's kind of rude. That's
See,
kind of rude.
they're thinking that they can do the whole Nintendo thing of
Correct.
nostalgia.
Oh.
You'll still
And
buy
see,
it.
but that's the thing with Nintendo, though. They actually do reward their longtime fans of a series.
True.
Yeah.
True.
for the
So-
most part.
For the most
For the
part.
most-
For the most part.
I'll
There's
give you that.
always going to be hiccups in just about anything in marketing and gameplay.
Why don't we talk about that new Zelda game? You know much
Well,
about it?
okay.
You know what's going on with that?
Really quick, just so he can take a second to calm himself. One game series that does really good about rewarding its continuous players is Ultimate Ninja Storm. Because if you play one, you take the save file forward, they're going to reward you for that and give you like, hey, here's a bunch of bonus costumes, bonus characters, and it keeps stacking and stacking and stacking. That is a nice reward.
Yeah. I mean, anything that will reward you for playing the old game. Of course, yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really nice.
Just wanted to end on that with the reward.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No,
that's
fine.
I think we need to take a quick little commercial break
Oh,
and come
and then
back.
we come back to Kyle.
Because-
And then we.
Yourself.
We're going to
because-
give Kyle a minute.
I hope I didn't
Yeah.
just put you on the spot. I hope you actually know some cool stuff.
well,
Because
I know some things about the upcoming Zelda game. Like, that's the thing. I'm wanting all of as much of it to be a fresh experience. I've seen a little bit.
I've only seen the first trailer.
I've kept up with it.
Well, I haven't seen that. I've just seen gameplay that they played at a
I've kept
panel.
up. I've kept up a
Didn't see
little
that.
bit with it, so I.
Oh, well, yeah, the trailer. Now that I've seen that trailer so many times. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Jesus, God.
Well,
Yeah. All
When
right.
we
well,
come back.
when
when
we
we
come
return.
back, well, we're going to be talking about Zelda U
Right,
for
what's
the
going on,
Wii U. How did they come up with that
Get it
title?
together.
Get it together,
Oh,
Nintendo.
Get together, Game Design.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I will never do that voice again.
I would that do that voice, man.
oh no!
Oh,
Go to a
God.
commercial break.
Please get us out of
Come
here.
on, man. Get
I'm
it.
sorry.
Do it.
I'm sorry.
We're in a
I'm
bad
sorry.
impersonation.
Really?
Go.
We'll be back.
Out.
And we are back.
Welcome
We are
back.
the United Nerds here on WLJS 91.9. Kyle Holland, Brian Brenneman, Drew Moore, and Eric Curtis.
Yo, he put his last name.
Yes.
All right.
Woo! He's
I can
official.
now update my phone with your last name.
Yes. And you.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
Indeed.
God.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway,
No, where we
We left
where we left
we were
off.
going to talk about Zelda U for a little bit.
Well, you
And
so-
are going to talk about Zelda.
Yeah,
Zelda,
so-
you.
Well, I'll help him. I'm
Zelda,
gonna help him. I'm gonna
you.
help him a bit.
So,
But with where we left off, I will say it in the words of Kyle's favorite gaming character. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, that's your favorite one, right?
Yeah, it is.
okay,
And that Toe Jam from Toe Jam and Earl? Right? Right?
I'm just going to hang my head in shame for a little bit.
Because Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
I remember being a little kid and I saw Toe Jam and Earl
It's amazing.
on a shelf at a movie gallery.
Oh!
At not a Blockbuster.
Oh!
Shout outs to
Movie
Movie
Oh!
Gallery.
And Blockbuster all at once.
Play
Hollywood
on.
Video.
Oh yeah.
Movie Gallery, play
And,
on.
No,
I
I
forgot Hollywood Video.
You
was
forgot
a
Hollywood
thing.
Video? Yeah.
no, I played Mortal Kombat. The version that had the blood on it.
The big-
It wasn't just sweat. It was actually.
I mean,
blood.
who's good at Game Design?
Oh, God. I promise I wouldn't do that voice. I'm not going to.
Stop it.
No.
No, you can't really. He's going to do
No.
it again. He
Come
will.
back in. Come back
I
in.
love doing that voice.
It is
It's
a
just-
fun
it's
voice to do,
fun.
man. It is
But,
a fun
so,
voice.
Legend of Zelda Wii U.
Okay.
That's the working
First,
title.
like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really like. Okay, I've been a fan of the Zelda series for a long time
Forever.
now.
Just go ahead and say
This has
forever.
been okay. Street Fighter for you
Correct.
is what Zelda is for
Yeah.
I
me.
completely understand.
And like it doesn't really feel right calling this the first open world Zelda game because that's kind of been what Zelda's been since the beginning.
I would agree. Zelda's always been open.
I was
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to say, I don't know why they marketed it.
yeah, like
Because wasn't Ocarina open world?
Yeah.
Ocarina was open
Yeah.
world. The original Legend of Zelda on the NES was open world.
Absolutely.
It was
You
a
could do
giant
it.
map that like you could see yourself on that map going to different places doing literally anything.
But
And you could do the caves in the own order. You
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to. Yeah.
But at the same time, we got to remember that was open world in a very good sense for the time. But it was like, quick little transactions. But it was sandbox, all next to each other. There's no sandbox next to a sandbox next to a sandbox. This is all one huge Skyrim-sized sandbox.
It's a good way to put it.
It is a good way to say it.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'll give you that. But I do agree that Zelda's always been an open world. I think the real definition of open world is where you can get distracted wanting to do something else while you're going to do what you're supposed to be doing.
And then you
could
forget.
kind
Yeah,
of.
and then you're like, what was I doing?
You could kind of do that with the original Legend of Zelda, but
Not
you
really. You kinda
probably
well,
end up dying a lot.
Exactly.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
So,
A lot.
so I think what
Because
they
I think the true successor to like the classic Zelda form is not even Zelda now. It's more like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, honestly. Because the whole, hey, here's a gigantic world. Here's a bunch of monsters. Do things.
Do
Just
a thing.
Do
Go.
things.
Like Zelda
Man, don't get
today
me
is
started on
it's a
Bloodborne,
whole
man.
lot more like hand holding almost because of like all the menus that come up
Yeah.
and like all the story elements to it.
All the
Mega Man, Mega
tutorial.
Yeah.
Mega Man, Mega Man.
But
There's
yeah.
a giant hole in there.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah. But
No,
anyway, yeah.
yeah.
So what's new in that Zelda other than open world?
See, they're choosing to not reveal a whole lot about it yet.
Which is
so
fine.
everything I say, or am going well to an extent, I'm going to say is just speculation.
Okay.
They have
That's
upgraded
fine.
a whole lot in terms of like mechanics.
Okay.
It's almost it's very Metal Gear 5 in a way.
Okay.
How
so?
With just like the fact that you have this gigantic world
Right.
that you can like set little markers on. It kind of has like the reflex mode a
Okay.
bit, like with your bow and arrow and stuff.
Where time kind of
Yeah.
reflex mode in Metal Gear is where if you get spotted, you have a few seconds to stop the guy from raising an alarm.
Right.
Just for some context.
But
there.
that's mostly for your bow and arrow, which I mean makes sense.
Yeah, it does because
Um,
it probably calls it some kind of precision mode or
Apparently,
something like that.
Drew, when he was over at the house, when he saw me playing Metal Gear 5, said that the horse controls beat out Red Dead Redemption. I'm not sure if I will agree with that.
It's a lot
I say-
smoother.
I say they're certainly good horse controls.
I think the coolest thing about the horse in Metal Gear, we're on Metal Gear. I think the coolest thing about the
We'll
horse
come back to Zelda in just a second because
is
I've
you
got a
can go-
lot to say about horses.
you can go full sprint and to get away from somebody, whistle for your horse. He'll come running up next to you, and you can just get on
Yeah.
him, and it's like
Yeah.
it's so seamless.
Like-
you just get on him and keep going.
well,
That's
see,
good
that's
words.
because
It was.
like Metal Gear 5 is it's more of an action game
Right,
than any of the other games prior to it.
right.
Now, why are we talking about horses? Well, apparently they've programmed the horse to be intelligent. Like when you're going through a forest. Hold on.
Okay, I wouldn't have laughed. Drew made me laugh.
Hold on a second.
It can speak
When-
to you.
Yeah.
The horse can speak to
Gun
you.
it, Drew.
When
No, it's okay. It was funny.
if you're riding your horse through a forest, the horse will like divert its path to avoid obstacles like trees and that kind of thing.
Like, if
Because
you
a
wanna take
real
shot with a
horse
bow.
is not gonna like let you drive it into a wall. This horse is smart enough to like avoid obstacles
To dodge
and
stuff.
things in your path.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen the YouTube videos of it.
Yeah.
It is very impressive.
Cool.
I've
So-
seen
That way
video
you can
footage.
take a second to take a pot shot with the bow while you're riding past something. And it's like ting ting ting.
Well, the
get some
most-
nice shots in.
Right. The most important thing in an open world game, and I'm doing air quotes, the most important thing in an open world game is how you traverse the world.
Oh,
Ease of traversing the world. So anything that makes that easier is great. But here's the thing. I want to know, and you probably can't answer this question, I don't know, but I want to know what's new.
Well,
Because the horse is smart is not really high up there on my checklist of
yeah.
what's
Uh,
new.
See, that's the thing with the Zelda games for the longest time. New, and I'm using air quotes now.
Right.
New things, a little few and far between with every new installment. They're mostly just making improvements on set designs, just improving the formula. Which, if you played Skyward Sword, is not always.
They added an arc to your bomb throw.
Bomb bowling.
Oh god, don't even
Bomb.
get. Let's not start on the bomb bowling.
Bomb bowling.
But no,
Sorry, I'm not going to quote Ego Raptor anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I'm still gonna do that.
Yeah, you
voice.
are.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you are. We know you will.
It's so hard not to because he's so funny.
What were they thinking?
He's a smart guy. He
Get,
is.
get it, Keith
Yeah,
Sanders.
yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying.
The
Is there?
cell-
Is there anything else like?
Like, apparently, it's going to be a lot like the first game in which you set your own path. It's
Okay.
not like in the most recent Zelda games where it's like very linear.
Right.
This one's more open-ended, more player choice oriented.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is what I want Zelda to come back to. Okay, is the original Nintendo. But what I mean in that is you could go to a dungeon you had no business in yet.
Yep.
Like you could find a
Mhm.
dungeon and be like, "Oh, hey, here's a place. I'm gonna go in and just get destroyed." I
Yep.
want
Well,
that to
shouldn't
come
stumble in there
back
yet.
because I want to be able to carve my own path. I feel like Zelda's, and I'm even talking about Ocarina here. I feel like Zelda's just become like, we need these things, and this is the first one we need.
See, and it kind
And
of
it's like, okay, well, I'll go here, Mom, and buy the milk you want me to from this store. And then when I come back, oh, you wanted cookies from this store?
Okay.
Well, crap, I'm going to go over there now. Like, I'm just kind of tired of that hand-holding, as you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier.
yeah, and I kind of want, and they did this with Link Between Worlds.
See, I haven't played that yet, but I hear it is
It
really
was
good.
Play Link Between Worlds.
It was a true
It
spiritual
is
successor to the original.
awesome.
There's a link between the worlds. Is that what you're saying? There's a link.
Drew, you're fired. Anyway,
Erickson.
Eric's got it.
yeah.
Eric's
Hey.
laughing.
Anyway,
That's all.
Eric appreciates it.
man,
Man.
what I'm
I
wanting
meant
them
you're
to,
fired, Erickson.
what I'm wanting them, what I'm wanting them to improve on.
See you guys next week.
I'm wanting them to really up their game with the boss battles because
Oh my god, yes.
ever
please. Oh.
since Ocarina, what's the formula? Use item you found in dungeon.
Complete
Stun.
dungeon.
Hit 3
Hit.
times.
Done.
Done. Which, okay. This is why I'm going to give Skyward Sword just the slightest bit of
And
praise.
he means slight.
Because they did boss battles right for one time in that game. If you ever played Skyward Sword and fought, was it the Ancient Cistern?
Are we
I want to
talking-
say it was the Ancient
Are we
Cistern.
talking about tentacles with the Mick Glowy Eye here? Are we talking about Mick Glowy
No.
Eye? Okay.
That was when bosses
No.
were done wrong.
That is a mile backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that was
Absolutely.
that the game died.
Don't hit my
Right.
glowy eye.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
need that to
I'm
see.
talking about the it's the boss was called Koloktos. It was this giant like suit of armor that had like 6 arms with swords in every single one of them, and you had to just fight it.
Right.
You
Nope.
you have your
Not
sword and your
good.
shield, fight this thing.
Right. Right.
And it was the coolest boss battle a Zelda game has had
In a
in
long time.
over a decade.
Okay.
Right. Right.
Because you can pick, like, you can fight this thing, you can pick up one of the swords that it drops and just wail on it. It is the most satisfying boss
Okay.
battle
Well,
I've had. in
I
a
didn't
long
get that
time.
far into Skyward, unfortunately.
Here's my. I love playing devil's advocate. So
Please do.
hello. Here's my. Here's my argument against that. Bloodborne is full of that.
Absolutely.
Bloodborne has done that the best in a long time, to where every encounter is something brand new.
Oh.
Every encounter is
yes,
like,
it is.
God, how do I deal with
Yeah.
this now?
I cannot possibly argue against that because I am in full agreement with you.
So the biggest problem is, how can Zelda step up and make itself like stand out? Because here's my biggest fear, and this is actually what I think is going to happen. New Zelda game will come out. It'll be just like all the other Zelda games, with a couple of things that people like. You'll still have a big glowy eye to shoot. You'll still have, and you'll still have to stun the boss with the item you got. And
Oh, yeah.
I just don't think they're going to do anything special. And I was going to say they need to do something to save the Wii U, but guess what? They don't have to. And that's what scares me even more. They don't have to save this console anymore. There's a backup plan, So it's like, they can just kind of just whatever this
Throw it to the
game.
wayside now.
They can whatever this game out and just be like, meh. You know? There's
See,
your
part of-
Zelda title. Here you go.
Part of me
Yeah.
says that okay, because Zelda is like one of the most not like beloved and respected titles that Nintendo has ever put out.
Cherished.
I don't-
I'd say it's cherished.
You know what? Yeah, let's go
I'd
with
say
that.
it's cherished.
I'll
Like
say that.
Zelda is not a title that they're really gonna skimp on.
No.
They'll make mistakes, certainly, but they're not gonna be lazy with a Zelda title.
I think Skyward Sword kind of breaks that argument.
Yeah.
Because that is
You know-
easily the laziest Zelda game they've ever made.
You're not really wrong with that.
Yeah.
You're not wrong at all.
That
with
is the
that.
one where I felt like there was no true innovation in level design. Like
But see,
copy
They
and
just
paste
took
from
the
that
Zelda
place, that
formula
place,
and
that
said,
place.
we're good.
But see, here's
This
the
is
thing
fine.
with that. Skyward Sword absolutely is that. But here's the thing. Nintendo is trying to really change Zelda. Look what's come out in the past few years. Hyrule Warriors? What? Link Between Worlds? What? Like what they're trying to do is they're trying to make a shift in Zelda games. They're trying to go back to the basics. Who would have thought they would have released a sequel to Link to the Past?
Yeah. okay.
Now.
But that's true. But see, again, we go back to what we spoke of earlier. The DS guys who are in their closet are figuring out.
I love that image.
I love it.
It's one of the best images ever.
Did any of us tweet that out?
I don't know.
No, I didn't.
The DS guys in their closet.
Hashtag
having-
3DS guys.
Yeah.
Hashtag 3DS guys in their closet.
No. Free the DS guys.
Free
Oh,
DS
free the DS
guys.
guys.
Hashtag free them.
Those guys in their closets are doing magic. They're making magic in there.
With their flashlights.
With their, I mean, they have. Well, so that's implied.
Fortunate.
But
I mean, truly goes without saying.
Yeah.
but like that's what I'm saying. Like we have this next Zelda game in the hands of the guys who are in the office.
Yeah.
So I'm scared, man. I know you're excited,
Yeah.
but I'm afraid you're going to
Look,
get the
here-
same formula.
Here's what it is. I'm holding out hope that it will be good.
All will be well.
And I have faith in them. I don't have a whole lot of faith in a lot of things, but I do have faith in this.
And Nintendo is a scary thing to have faith in, as we established earlier.
I am with Kyle in this, where I am going to hold some hope out for him with this Zelda title. I am also deeply holding hope for them with Star Fox Zero coming up.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with Zelda titles.
DS,
Here's the thing with Zelda titles, man.
right?
Like,
Nope. Star Fox Zero, Wii U.
Really?
look at how Skyward
That
Sword.
game doesn't bomb. Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
look at how Skyward Sword was marketed, or like how it turned out when it first released. What was happening? Every single gaming site or talking head, whatever, gave it like a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, perfect game, best
It's
in the
because it was
series.
Zelda.
Yes,
Best
because
game,
it is.
Best game.
10 out of 10, best game. 10 out of 10, best game.
And
Best
there-
sci-fi,
there you
lifestyles. No, but
But
like it wasn't until like a lot
Reference
of
to
time.
JonTron. Get on my level, dude. Okay.
Yeah, we've
Watch
moved.
Awesome JonTron. Okay.
We've moved past
Watch it,
Ego
yeah.
Raptor. We're on JonTron.
No,
We're on
but see,
JonTron, man.
it
But,
was sounding
like-
almost like Rayman. Just, hey, Nintendo, you got a plan for what to do to save yourselves? Make a new Zelda game. Make a new Zelda game. That might work. Might work.
No,
Might
but
work,
like
might not work.
it really took time for people to like sit down and play the
man.
game for a long amount of time for people to realize, oh yeah, Skyward Sword's not that good. So I'm not gonna really trust what people say when it first comes out.
Yeah.
I have to like play the game for myself and see.
Well, good on you for that, honestly.
Like,
I mean,
because this is a series that
I don't know if it
I-
deserved applause, but good on you.
I try
Like,
to make him feel good
it's
about
like to me it's a series that has really earned a lot of respect.
Right.
Like it's Dark Souls and Bloodborne would not exist
No.
without Legend of Zelda.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you
Brian, do you have something to say?
This is gonna go more with the DS guys. No. In them doing good things, or trying new things at least.
Yeah.
There is 2 Legend of Zelda titles launching. There is Wii U, and there's Triforce Heroes.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I did watch the E3 display of this. It is supposed to be a multiplayer
Yep.
Like the Four Swords, but there's only 3 of them, and each of them have an individual power. and an
Yeah,
individual
I'm.
thing they do.
I'm interested to see how that works out because, like, that's the thing. This kind of adds to what I'm talking about. They're trying to innovate Zelda more because Zelda, for the longest time, was the king of innovation.
Yeah.
Like, new strides happened because Nintendo was
This is
doing
true.
things with
This is
Mario and Zelda that were just shaking the foundations of gaming.
Okay, let's go ahead and put this out there real quick.
Please.
Mario has not changed.
Oh,
Nope.
It is all still the same game. I don't know why people are still buying Mario.
I don't either.
I don't. I think Mario Maker's cool because, it's the newest thing. It just recently
It's
came
creativity.
out. You get to
You
make
get
your
to-
own Mario level. That's cool. That's a gimmick. I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
But like for them to make another Mario game and be like, look at the first level, there's a Goomba just like in the first one. How many times
Have I seen a
can we
Goomba?
do this? How many times can we do this before it's just like, no.
They would
No.
they would do well to almost go way back to the N64 Mario game and make a story kind of like that.
Buddy,
But
they
see,
have
that
tried
was
so
that
many
was
times.
that was Mario Galaxy, and that was Mario Galaxy 2.
Ugh.
See,
So-
I think Mario should shift to the RPG world, like Paper
Yeah.
Mario
Mhm.
did.
and Mario RPG.
Mario RPG. Also, Luigi and Mario: The Superstar Saga.
There we
Again,
go.
you're talking about Game Boy Advance, DS. You're talking about those guys in the closet again. They're brilliant. Mario should.
Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
Because you can just see Miyamoto kicking open the door.
Guys,
Give us a new game!
I didn't shower.
But I just feel like Nintendo is dropping the ball on revolutionizing anything. And this is pure speculation, I believe, pure rumor. But if Metroid really comes out and they take Samus out of that, done. Game over.
Okay.
Game over, man.
Yeah, no, Drew.
Game over, man.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Drew, Eric, Kyle, and I, we had this conversation a while back about the possibility of them taking Samus out. That is the day I am going to just shut my laptop, scoot away, lock the doors, lock the windows, hide in the basement.
With a gun
Hide your kids.
in
hide
your
your
closet.
wife,
You're
hide
gonna
your
hide.
husband.
I'm gonna
Hide in the closet.
I'm gonna hide in the closet and come up with a new gaming idea that'll save them.
Right. I mean, the internet will explode if Samus is not the
Yeah,
main.
that's
I
gonna
mean,
be.
we can't even get it. That's a whole other topic in and of itself that I could go 30 minutes on. Is the female character in gaming, and we can't even get in. We can't even.
Oh,
No.
Samus.
We can't
Oh.
start this.
No.
I want to start it. I'd love to have this conversation,
We'll have this another time.
but it'd be another day. Yeah, it can't be today.
But no, that's all I'm gonna say on it though is that is just I've already said that is gonna be when I just laptop everything's shutting down. I'm in the basement
I'm
hiding.
done.
I'm just done. I'm gonna wait for the gamer apocalypse to
The
come.
tumblers will explode.
It's true.
The
God.
tumblers will blow up.
I have a Tumblr, so I'm gonna see that.
You will. You'll witness it for
Oh
me.
yeah.
Tell me of the
I want-
mayhem, Kyle.
You have a Tumblr, huh?
I have a Tumblr.
I wonder what the hashtag for Twitter is going to be. Prime
Hashtag
has
murder
fallen.
Nintendo.
Hashtag Prime has fallen.
Hashtag women are no good in games. Hashtag
Oh,
where's
goodness.
Samus?
Yeah, we will have this
yeah.
conversation later.
Hashtag murder Nintendo execs. I don't even know. what
Hashtag
I'm-
keep him in the closet.
Well, that's the thing.
Hashtag get the DS guys out of the closet.
Hashtag freedom.
Hashtag free the DS boys.
Free DS.
Hashtag for the DS guys. Hashtag they'll save you.
Oh,
They have their own break room.
They break their like little table in the closet.
Little
It's a massive walk-in closet. They got their little water cooler there.
Exactly. Oh man, they're changing worlds in that closet.
It's open world. They're coming up with open world games.
What innovation!
Guys, we can actually walk to the other side.
They dream of open world because that's all they know.
It's like, hey, man, that Skyrim really hit it big with that whole open world thing. Maybe we should try that.
We should get in on that, man.
Oh, God. You know there are some people in the listening audience just scratching their head, but then there are those who are probably dying laughing as much as we are. The ones dying of laughter,
Oh.
please send us send us a comment or something so we know you heard. So we know you're
Hashtag
not.
free them DS boys.
Hashtag free
The
them,
DS
free them
one.
now.
Free them.
Hashtag for the DS boys. Hashtag we actually heard you.
So
Oh.
what is it? Looking back on this show, come on, game designers.
Come on, get it
Come
together.
on, get it together.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
Brief flashback. What do we get out of it?
Skyward Sword.
Oh.
More like Skyward Board. Like I am.
Go
So we got that.
Let's get the boss
Oh.
battles right. Come on, game designers.
It's like, come on.
It's
You
like-
haven't had a good boss battle in like since Ocarina.
Yeah.
And Ocarina is older than my grandma. And she's dead.
Come on. And even she played video games.
Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
this makes me sad. Unfortunately, just started tuning in because they've been having to deal with a lot. My sister and Jim are just now listening in.
I am so sorry that the first thing you had to hear was that stupid voice.
Oh,
I'm actually happy that that's what you heard.
Shout out to the little bun in the oven. Hopefully it'll be out soon.
Is it out?
Nope.
Nope, still in
Still
there.
in there. Still in there.
Shout
Keep
out.
fighting through the pain.
You're the best around.
Around.
Oh,
Keep it on, you're the best. Around.
Lauren, I just know that I love you. I am sorry that you were
I'm-
serenaded by that.
I am staying out of this one.
Lauren, that was for you.
Yes, it
That was
was.
all for you.
You have support. You have support.
But no, seriously, I hope it goes well.
I was about to say, absolutely.
Yeah.
In all
Yeah.
seriousness, good luck. I really hope everything's going well with that.
Yeah, well, that's. Speaking of which, that is all the time we have
Oh,
tonight.
it went fast.
It did.
But
it
It
was
really
fun.
does, doesn't it?
We
It's
had
fun.
fun.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Hashtag for the DS boys.
Well, be sure
Let it out of the
to
closet.
Hashtag let the
Hashtag
DS boys
let them
go.
out.
Let my people free.
Oh, and don't forget about our show we post later. There is stuff at the end, so
Oh man.
got stuff that you might have missed.
Ooh, the outtakes. That's what
Oh yay!
And for Brian's sister, push it. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm
You
not
can
joining
just
that
stop.
one. No, I'm joining that one.
Stop.
Okay, we're
He's on
killing
his own
Drew.
there.
We're murdering Drew later. Let's, we'll video that and post that to the page.
If you'd like to see Drew dead.
Ouch.
All right. Well, for all of
Hashtag
us,
get him out of there.
please be sure to tune in next week, Monday night, 7 to 9, here on WLJS.
Yes.
91.9. For all of us here at the radio station, I'm Kyle Holland.
Drew Moore.
Brian Brenneman.
Eric Curtis.
Thank you so much and good night. Stay
Yeah.
tuned for NPR.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, no.
I'm happy we had you.
Thank
First guest star, we gotta go.
Yes.
you, thank you.
For first on-air guest, we gotta
Darn
go.
right.
Hope your sister's listening.
I hope so too.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Might be a little focused right now, guys.
I mean, at least hope.
I wanted to do The Man Who Sold the World so bad, but they don't have it on here.
Oh.
I just, Man Who Sold the World's the
That's-
first thing you listen to, but, you know.
That's another thing about that game is I'll hear like a song playing, and instantly I'm like,
Oh
That's
yeah,
Take On Me.
It's the 80s.
I've got to go find this.
right? Like I have a bunch of cassette tapes now that's got like a whole bunch of really good 80s music.
Did you upgrade your helicopter where you can have a speaker on it and you can have a song playing when the helicopter picks you up and stuff? What's your song?
Right now I've got Take On Me.
Blinded Me with Science.
That's in the game?
Found it.
Awesome.
I can't tell you where because good God. Map is huge.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like how huge the map is, like between this is probably not a good example, like Skyrim, like how big is the map compared to?
See, it's hard for me to say that because I've progressed a little further in the game.
I know there's another map.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
I know there's another map.
There's
You can chill.
Afghanistan, and there's also Africa.
Right.
Oh, you go to Africa.
Go to Africa. I didn't know. There's so because oh man, I'm tiptoeing around this just to make sure. that
I love
give no
Toto.
spoilers, man.
The thing is, my friend Ben, he's really far, so I've seen a lot of that
I'm
stuff.
stabbing you, man.
Okay.
I might do.
Well then, in that case, you might know stuff I don't. So
Probably.
I don't know.
I actually know about some plot points that I know you don't know about.
Okay.
Oh, you get to
Okay.
go to Africa. Yes.
Yes.
But,
I just extracted
I'm gonna do
a.
something on the phone.
I got a
Father
person who
was born,
speaks
but you
Afrikaner
fucking
now,
crazy,
so.
you bastard.
You can understand it.
Oh yeah, so I can
All right,
understand
Sam,
people
wish
now.
Adam happy birthday. That's what I was gonna do before you distracted me.
But to answer your question, it's
Yeah.
hard to answer that because like you can kind of get where you want to go in like no time.
Mm.
You know, because you got a horse.
Yeah,
Your
you got a
horse can
horse.
go just super
Yeah.
quick. You can call for a helicopter and be like, "Hey, put me over there." So it costs you money to do that.
Yeah, see, so then again, you're just gonna be okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
And what's so cool about it is you'll set a marker to go do something,
Mhm.
and you'll run into a guard post, and you'll see a dude who's got good levels and stuff, and you're like, "Okay, now I have to mark everybody and figure out how to get this guy."
Yeah.
And so it's like all of a sudden when I'm done
40
with-
seconds.
Yeah. All of a sudden, when you're done taking out that station, you're like, what was I doing again? Oh, yeah, I'm going to go that way.
Dude, that happens to me all the time.
Oh wait,
What?
no, the
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
man,
Here we go.
that's what I was gonna do this whole time.
Is that Arkham? Is that Arkham Knight? Oh, there. You're
That's
This
Red
is
Hood,
Red
man.
Hood.
Red Hood. Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, it's the Red Hood symbol. Love it.
Yeah, I'm a Red Hood
15
fan.
Oh
seconds.
yeah, Under the Red Hood is my favorite.
It's so
Graphic
okay, so
novel.
consoles next. Eric was pointing to that specifically.
Yeah, I say we move to consoles now.
That's a good answer. That's so true though. Wow.
Yeah.
How much do you think they make? How much do you think they
Good
make?
God, I couldn't even begin to know, man.
Millions.
Because you have cards you can buy at these establishments
Yep.
where, like, you're a returning customer. You just put your card in, add money to it, take your card back out, and you go to an arcade machine and say, well, I want to play this. And you put your card in and you go. There are games that remember characters, or like racing games. You can have your own car that your card remembers. So you go up to the racing game and some dude's there and it's like, hey, I want to race you. You're racing with your car that you've been building as you've played arcade games. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Wow.
It made me want to go to Japan in the worst possible way.
God, yes.
I'd love to go to Japan.
It looks amazing.
I want to go to Japan and then go like out into the country, like for an hour
Oh,
or two.
well, Japan's got beautiful scenery.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Last Samurai.
Yes,
But no,
that's such a good
The
movie.
thing, but yeah, no, with Pokemon, I remember they were like, oh no, this is going to be just an arcade cabinet, and it's probably not going to hit the US ever. But then, all of a sudden, about a month ago, they were like, Wii U version. Damn,
Well, the demand for
I
it
forgot.
rose.
I forgot that is coming out on the Wii U. So hey, the Wii U just got a redeeming factor. Good job.
Well, it's Nintendo. And
Yeah.
see, here's
It
the,
did, didn't it?
here's the thing, though. Don't get your hopes up, because if it only comes out as an arcade cabinet first, it could be quite a long time before they would say they would have a workable console version. They might announce it for their new console.
Already has a release date.
I mean, I understand that, but that doesn't mean anything.
No.
The same way Street Fighter V has a release date. I don't mean
No, they programmed it.
I'm just
as
gonna
a-
get Zelda U and I'm just gonna play that.
They programmed it as an arcade cabinet, but they
Shut
made it.
up, Drew.
But when they looked at like coding, they were like, okay, so this would actually be a lot easier to transfer over than we thought.
Well, it's gonna be, but the problem is they're doing their beta test with arcades.
Yeah.
It's the only
I
difference.
freaking love this song.
Oh yeah, man.
That is a
Oh,
good song.
I'm excited to see it though when it comes out. I'm gonna. Love
It doesn't
playing
fit the show at all, but it's a good song.
Well,
no, this song is highly in video
It's-
game
it's-
commercials, so I mean,
Oh well, yeah, that was all the point. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
because I'm
Think about
trying to
that.
think of what kind of songs would go.
No, I'm not
here.
criticizing
Because
it. I'm just saying.
I thought Ziggy Stardust. Okay, yeah, that could be because there's a whole bunch of games about going to space.
right,
Mm.
right.
This song is featured in a lot of
heavily.
games.
I didn't even think about that. You're right.
I think this is in Call of Duty Black Ops, wasn't it?
It
It
is.
was
Yeah.
in a call.
Oh wow, it was. It was.
I got pumped while the song was playing. I was going down shooting bullets. I was like,
Oh yeah.
must be so Send the Joker to the thing!
Oh God, Drew.
I think I'm gonna do.
Explosions
I'm thinking
going off.
Pink Floyd for our next one.
Ooh, which song?
Well, let me see what all they have on here because.
Yeah, I know you have to use what you got.
So
Brick in
when
the
we
Wall.
come back, then I'm saying.
I'm thinking comfortably numb.
Street Fighter, we got it.
Thinking.
Well, I'm
Comfortably
thinking now let's count this as bottom half of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're just on to just games of the future coming up.
Eric, you can go and tell your story or whatever about
Okay.
Street Fighter.
Yes, open
that
with Street
that
Fighter.
must be told.
All right. Cool.
No, comfortably numb. Comfortably numb is a little too long. I'm gonna go with Hey You.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, that's
hey,
cool.
hey, why don't you go with
I
Hey
feel
You?
like an hour
Hey You.
right before we get.
Hey, you. Why don't you go with Hey You?
Thank you for sharing my sense of humor.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh crap! They synced up for a moment.
Yes.
I'll do it occasionally. I'll give him one. I'll live with it. My wife is that way all the time.
Yes.
No, but seriously, no, Drew. With the Evo thing, with that being his addiction, dude, man, you don't understand.
15 seconds.
I went to his place to watch Evo with him once. It is all silence in the room. It is
Oh yeah, no.
Full concentration.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
We're in a bad impersonation neighborhood. Get us out.
I mean, what were they thinking?
What are they doing? What are we doing?
Aaron was making fun of a guy who was trying to make fun of a game on YouTube,
Mhm.
and it's funny. Aaron does a good job. of
That
Dude,
whole
those two guys,
episode,
they're
man.
freaking hilarious.
They are funny.
Dude,
Gosh.
definitely check out Sequelitis too.
I will.
I was going to tell you, yeah, Sequelitis. I recently watched those over again.
They're like I
Aaron's-
do have some arguments for some of the things he's mostly in the Legend
The
of
Zelda one, yeah, I figured you did.
Because like I don't have as big of a tie with Castlevania. I mean,
I've always wanted to play them.
they're supposedly phenomenal games, especially the first one and the third one and the fourth.
Does Michael Winscott do the voice in Castlevania?
Wait, who's that again?
Castlevania has been
the guy
around
voiced
since
Death.
the '80s, man.
Yeah, Castlevania's been around since the original Nintendo.
I
The
thought
original
it
Game
was
Boy.
It's like
Give
if
me a
you're thinking
picture, I
about
can
Lords
tell
of
you what I'm
Shadows, ignore those games and go to
The
classic
guy
Castlevania.
voiced Death. I thought he did a voice in Castlevania.
He might.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
do it.
Do it. Make
Just do it.
make your dreams come true.
Did we even fill him in on that joke, or did he?
No.
Oh my
we
god!
haven't.
Whether he watched our he listened to our promo, or he just picked and decided to go with it. Either way, love it.
That's one of the best.
Yeah, no,
promos.
like I said, no, man. But seriously, as a year one player, I am miffed and burned that I pretty much had to fork 150. Oh, hey, all three of us, United Nerds.
Yay, yay.
So you guys record this? Like,
Yeah,
actually
everything that we're
record it?
talking about is on there. And then
Cool.
I put it on at the very end. Well, I cut and shoot.
I wish you
Yeah.
would let our fans listen to the full thing because of the fact that. Because on the first
That's what I paid for mine, but I got Last of Us.
See, I want to play that too.
Awesome game.
Oh,
Yeah,
I need to
it's
play
amazing.
it.
the white one
awesome.
looks
Play it.
fantastic with the gold.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they
alongside that
remastered
looks so
PS4.
fantastic.
I know, and it's really
And
good
see,
too.
like, yeah,
It's beautiful.
I'm like the thing with MMOs. I've played WoW for a little bit. I played Guild Wars 2 for a little bit. What made me get away from those games was because I didn't really have like a group of people that I regularly played with.
Yeah,
Like those are games that are designed for multiplayer.
right.
And if you're just playing single player the whole time, it's going to get boring
Yeah.
fast.
Right.
So having somebody
Yo.
there to play with, I
Okay.
feel like I'm going to get a better.
Well, because I was gonna say, man, you saw even during Batman, I occasionally dipped out to go back into Destiny for a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was
Okay,
constantly.
we got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30. But yeah, no, I edited and I put it at the tail end of the show. So
Where do you upload it though?
on our Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
And then what's kind of crazy is I use Google Drive, but you just click on it and you go hit download, and it says this is too big to download. You hit download anyway. It goes right
10
to your
seconds.
iTunes.
I wish he would put the whole first one on. We sang to "Hooked on a Feeling."
No, I did.
Oh, yeah, you forgot.
3,
I put that on
2,
there.
I look forward to hearing the comments about the serenade.